Welcome to the stage where hearts unfold in the morning glow, stories untold. Let's play with words, a masterpiece of art where dialogues bloom, igniting every heart. Let's tap into the ocean of thoughts where waves of healing gently salt. Let's paint with words, a masterpiece of art where dialogues bloom, igniting every heart. Let's dive into the ocean of thoughts where waves of healing gently sought. Together we'll mend, stitch by stitch in the morning glow. Let's make the switch. A symphony of voices, harmonizing the air, echoing truth, banishing despair. Let's sow seeds of unity, watch them grow in this garden of hope under the morning glow. Let's bridge the gaps, erase the line in the tapestry of hearts that love shine. With every word, a step we take towards a brighter dawn for all our sake. Welcome to the morning glow, where dreams take flight in this realm of possibilities. Let's unite, together we stand, hand in hand, healing the nation across the land. Let's dive into the ocean of thoughts where waves of healing gently sought. Together we'll mend, stitch by stitch in the morning glow. Let's make the switch. Let's dive into the ocean of thoughts where waves of healing gently sought. Together we'll mend, stitch by stitch in the morning glow. Let's make the switch. Let's symphony of voices, harmonizing the air, echoing truth, banishing despair.
Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Got a great broadcast lineup for you this morning, as I hope and I pray that we always do. I'm not important, just a question asker. My name is Raheem Osman out of Atlanta, Georgia, but I got my brother from another mother, but we got the same father. Frank, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning? Morning, Unity.
Doing real good, Raheem. Having wonderful days. The weather is stabilizing here in Michigan, man. How are you doing today?
Man, you know what I'm gonna tell you. I'm a hyena, happy elephant, elated, and porcupine proud to be on this side of the days again this morning, and I thank him for it, man, because that's a gift that only he could give me. That's a gift that only he could give. Can't nobody else give it to me except him. What do you say to that, Frank?
He can give it and he can take it away.
Absolutely. That's right. That's right. And so I thank him for giving it. I think, and if he just, and people get mad when I say this, man. People get mad at me, especially my family get upset when I say this, but it's the truth. If he decides that today is the day, he ain't got nothing to be mad at, because he's provided so much for me, man, on this side. And so I won't be like that little child, on the ground and showing a little, throwing a little what it's called a little hissy fit or all this. I ain't doing all that, man. I'll be like, thank you, Father, for all that you've done. Thank you. And I'm ready for the next, man. I'm ready for whatever the next is. I'm ready. What do you say to that, Frank? Or if he were to call you home today, are you ready?
Don't matter if you're ready or not. You going.
Yeah.
You don't have time to throw no tantrum. He calls you home, you going.
Yeah. ain't no. Hold on. Let me hold on. I gotta take care of that. Hold on. Hold on now. I got the thing going on. I got a thing going on next week or in 2 weeks. We got this thing planned out, man. They honoring me in a month. They honoring me, man. They got all these people coming into town. Man, look here. They gonna honor you in your absence.
Yeah,
that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna honor you in your absence. And so, my thing is this: when it's your time to go, and see people say, "Oh man, he was so blessed. He had so much. He did so well in his life." Well, everything that he did well. Watch how the people that's around him, family and friends, gonna fight over everything that he had, because he don't have a say so in the matter at all. Unless he had a will or something like that, then The courts might, ration it out like they're supposed to. But outside of that, man, and I'm saying all that to say, you ain't gonna take nothing with you. That old saying holds so true, man. I ain't never seen what's that, a U-Haul? Excuse me. I've never seen a U-Haul fall in a hearse. That holds so true. But that's not the conversation we're having this morning. Who that? Captain Leonard, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, Raheem, and the Morning Glow family.
Good to hear. Good to have you this morning. Excuse me, I gotta wake my throat up this morning. My voice ain't acting right this morning, and gotta be able to talk. You look real strange to me over here not saying nothing. But Frank, let me ask you this question: in this society that we live in, who put, or why were people able to put a price tag on free water?
You say why?
How were people able to put price tag on free water? Water's supposed to be free.
Well,
water is something that God put water here.
The price tag is on the ability for you to be able to walk a few feet and cut it on, and it comes into your house purified.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're paying for. If you want to walk down to the lake and scoop your water up, you can still get it free. The price tag is on the comfort and all the everything that goes up underground and it being pumped up to you. That's what you're paying for, right?
Okay, but if I bought a house, and if I buy a house, in a lot of time in 30 years that house is paid for. If I buy a car, and depends on the terms, 5, 7, 3, 4, whatever years, that car is paid for. You never stop paying for this water. You never stop paying for this water thing. So why is it something?
Yeah, because they're gonna continue to provide the service to get it pumped up into your house, and you don't have to have it. Just stop paying the bill. They'll take care of it.
But see, I understand where you're going with it, but but my point is, my point in this whole situation and this whole conversation is, man is so greedy, man. Man, greed is something that they don't have to charge you your whole life, man. I don't care how long you live, you're gonna pay for, like you said, that equipment that you're using. I've never seen equipment that you had. Well, I guess water and stuff, lights and stuff like that is something that you will pay for your whole life. But outside of that, man, anything that you pay for have a term, and once you reach that term limit, is yours. You buy that car.
We agree to it. There's a group of people that don't live like us, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can live off the grid,
mm-hmm.
and you can go out and just live like gypsies and the Mormons, and not have to deal with these things. But then you have to count up the cost. Everything's not greed. There are some things that are greed, but everything's not greed. Everything's not wicked or evil. Now, some things are just, you make a decision to be a part of our society and to be a part of, where we live and, what we experience. And there's a cost to be in there. And those people, just think about it. You have people that work for the water company. They got to get paid. Where's that money going to come from? There has to be money coming in.
I understand.
In order to pay them.
I understand what you're saying, and that part makes sense. But at the same time, I still can't get over the idea why you charge me my whole life for something. It's something that was given to you for free. Do you know there's certain? I'm gonna look up. Hold on. I'm gonna look up which states it is. But do you know there are certain states, you said, to go down to the lake and retrieve the water yourself and do the things like that. Do you know there are several states here in the United States of America where it's illegal? It's illegal to have buckets out there to collect rainwater that you're going to use for your own personal use. It's illegal.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
certain states.
you can find a place where you can go. There's groups of people that live off the grid. They've been doing it for years and been doing it very well. And
Mm-hmm.
anybody that wants to can be a part of that culture and live that life. That's not me.
Mm-hmm.
That's just not me. I'll pay that money to have that. I come from um, a grandmother that did not have indoor running water, did not have uh, toiletry
Mm-hmm.
in the house. You had to go out to the outhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
My grandmother had that.
that's huh?
My grandmother had that in North Carolina. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's something different, man. I remember running in the. You go out there and it's damp, and guess who hung out in the outhouse? Snakes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I just paid my water bill.
Watch this.
I skipped down there. Here you go.
Watch this. Guess who? The snakes live in our house, but guess who sometimes live in the in-house with you? Snakes. So I mean that's a whole different thing. But yeah, I see where you're going. But like I said, my point is what I'm saying is, something shouldn't you shouldn't have a price tag on it. You shouldn't have God give us the water for free, and then here come man want to charge you for it. God gave us free water. Leonard, good morning again, Leonard. How you doing this morning?
Well, I'm doing okay, but I'm irritated already, right?
That's good. That's good. That means it's gonna be a good conversation today. That's good. I'm good. We off at a great start. We're off at a great start. Talk to me, Leonard. Because it
Ditto what Frank said. How about that?
okay.
I mean, are you really serious? If you ever had well water before,
Yeah,
you have to
I
go
love
get the
it.
water. Right.
I love it. I love
Right.
it.
Then
I
go
love
dig you a well and get your
it.
water if you want.
Mm-hmm. So you can't see what's the problem.
I don't know. I understand what I'm paying for.
Mm-hmm. And you're gonna pay and you willing to pay your whole entire life. And like I said, when you buy a house, you pay for 30 years.
Yes, I had no problem with it.
Okay. And you probably paid for your house probably paid for. You ain't gotta worry about that no more.
Well, I mean, that's the house.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't pay that. We talking about what? Water service.
That is inside the house.
Yeah, that they put them pipes in and pump into your house.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't want it, just go down there and tear it out.
Mm-hmm. What if I knew how to provide that service for myself? The watering system.
Yeah.
You think they're still trying to charge you for it?
Yeah, most people do.
So if I provided the service for myself, I still got to pay them the bill.
No, if you don't want to, you don't have to use their water.
What water you gonna use? Ain't number one source of water.
No, there's several sources of water.
What other one's that?
Well, we had a privilege of where our water, we had our own water system right in our city, which is the reason why Flint water was poisoned.
Mm-hmm.
Saginaw water comes from their own treatment plant.
Mm-hmm.
So they treat the water and then pump it to your house.
Yeah.
For you.
But it's all the same water though. It's all
but
the
you
same
water. But you didn't have to go get it.
Yeah, you have to go get it.
And you didn't have to purify.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They did it for you. So that's what you're paying for.
But I understand that part. But what I'm saying is it's still the same water though.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, you don't have to have it. I know people that don't have water because they can't afford the bill.
And that's sad.
And it ain't no different than you going buying water at the grocery store, buying your bottle of water, doing whatever else you want to do. You can still go down there and drink out that fountain at the park, I believe.
Mm-hmm. That free?
Yeah, that's free.
No, it ain't, because you got to pay your taxes.
You know what? It do come out of your taxes. That's right. Because somebody had to put that fountain there for you.
Exactly. So it's not free.
And it's a difference from that water that's coming out that fountain than that water you smell over there in that lake. They did something to it. So it'll be potable.
Ain't that something though? God give it to us for free and man want to charge you for it.
No, that's not a big deal. Like I said, you can still go get free water from God if you would like to.
Mm-hmm.
But most people prefer to have it pumped to their house for them. Cleaned and ready to drink.
So most people just lazy like that.
No, it's convenience. I believe in convenience.
Okay.
I don't have this desire to go back to where my people were.
Is it convenient to cut an old elderly woman's water off that don't have means to pay for it?
It costs. If you don't have it, I don't. You don't have it.
Mm.
You just have to go through another extreme to get it.
Where's the heart in that?
It ain't got nothing to do with heart.
It has a lot to do with heart.
Who
Or the lack of heart.
Who should pay for it for you? Who?
Mm-hmm. Why make her pay for it at all?
Because it's coming to her house
Mm-hmm.
through her faucet,
Mm-hmm.
and she gets to walk right to her kitchen and
Mm-hmm.
get it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if she don't want to do that, she got to go find a house or find a place to live down by the river, which is closer, and do it herself.
Wow. This old lady got to do all that.
Yeah, that's the way some of your people doing it
at her tender age.
That's the way some of your people doing it right now over in the motherland.
Yeah, they don't have to worry about it.
No, because they don't have sewer.
And see that, and that's the thing. Here in America, we so caught up on the finances, and we're gonna make it real convenient for you.
You know, I'm not on that side of, you know, I'm not on that side of the argument. I believe in civilization.
Mm-hmm. Okay, civilization is civilized though, because to put a person, an elderly person that's lived their life in that way, and now that they're of a certain age and they cannot provide, you're gonna just snatch it away from them.
Having running water was a very big deal.
Having
indoor plumbing was a very big deal.
Wow.
And it is not free, and it never will be.
That's the sad part. That part right there. That's the sad part.
For some people it may be, but I don't live thinking that people should give me everything for free. No, I've never been that way.
No. See, now you're twisting and contorting my words. I never said that. That's not what I said.
I didn't say you said
I see that. Okay.
I didn't say you said that.
Well, when you say something like that, is in a course of the conversation,
sure, right.
The listener may grab something. Little you, I got you frustrated already, brother. Hang in there with me, man. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. Tucson, I saw you came in, man, but you know how I do this thing, man. Ladies are always first. I got to go to Cassandra Alexander Green. Good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
Good morning.
Cassandra, I'm asking a question. And I'm getting a lot of kickback this morning. It's okay. I love it. I really do. I'm gonna see what I'm gonna get from you, from your side of town. Who put a price tag on water that God gave us for free? Why are they able to put a price tag on water that God gave us for free?
That's a real question.
It is. It is.
Oh.
Is it greed? Is it manipulation? Or what do you think it is? Or is it just the American way?
It's economics. It's the American way.
Mm-hmm.
It's the American way. It's what they feel like needs to be done in order for this country to be great. You have to pay for water. You got to pay for electricity. You got to pay everything. You have to pay for everything. So
is that good?
It's economics. It's money. Always has been and always will be. So that's my short answer.
Okay. Now, mute your line from there, Leonard. We got a little feedback coming from you. And so, Cassandra, I'm talking about. I spoke earlier about an old lady at an age of, she's a very feeble age, and she can't afford to make the money. She's fighting like crazy. She's fighting like crazy just to make one or two ends meet, and all of them are not meeting because she don't have the finances. But yet, and so she don't have the money to pay that water bill. How much of a heart does it take, or a lack of heart does it take, to go in there and say, look, you can't pay the bill. Now I know you old. I know you ain't got no money, but we're gonna turn this water off. You ain't gonna be able to use this water. You ain't gonna be able to use them. You ain't gonna get the water out this sink right here. Now you want to go down there to the pond or the lake or something like that and get you some buckets and bring it back like they do in Africa. You can do that, but you ain't getting the water out of here. You ain't gonna use this toilet. Is that heartless, Cassandra, or is that economics, or just the American way?
That's economic and it's heartless. So it's both of those. Both of those. But welcome to where we live. And unlike some things that These people are not playing now. They don't care how old you are. They don't care your economic situation. If you cannot, and there is, and I know this firsthand, there is not NOT, a lot of programs of, I don't know about any when it comes to the water.
Yeah.
They will shut that water off and they will not turn it on until you pay that bill. Even if you make arrangements, the water bills are running so high now that people cannot even afford to meet the plans today. And water company is horrible when it comes to giving. I'm talking firsthand. I ain't talking nothing that I read in a book.
Come on.
They are very horrible about giving people the opportunity to pay. Electricity, they give you a little more leeway. But water and gas,
you will forget about it.
Anyway, yeah, shit. I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna repeat. I'm talking first-hand knowledge. I ain't talking nothing nobody told me.
And so, Cassandra, where are we now that we would do something like that? The young people that's able and got them able bodies that are able to go out there and make a way for themselves. That's okay. Okay, you want to charge them a little something? Yeah, that's okay. But this old lady live by herself, don't have anything, don't have any money. Cassandra, where are we that we would do something like that to her?
Raheem, we are in. I don't give
a hoot.
I don't care about you.
A hoot.
Yeah, I don't give a hoot. I don't give a hoot about you. Are you needing water to flush your toilet or to cook your food? I don't care. That's on you. That's where we are in this country.
Wow.
It's been here for a minute. It's been here for a minute. This just ain't getting horrible because of the regime that's in place right now. This has been the way for a minute in this country. I'm just saying.
Wow. Toussaint, good morning, sir. How are you doing this morning? Toussaint, you there?
I was talking to the mute button right here.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm doing good today.
Hey.
Well,
Okay, you're breaking up. You're breaking up just a little bit there, Toussaint.
Well,
there you go. There you go. There you go.
I can't hear you either.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
I hear everybody else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can hear you with this phone stuck to my ear. Can't do no work though.
Oh, okay. But Toussaint, let me ask you this question. I heard you over there, big man. I heard you, brother. Yeah, I heard you. How Frank say big fella?
Bigger men than me.
Huh?
Got bigger men than me.
I heard you. But listen, where are we where we are charging people for water that God gave us for free?
2026.
It's been going on.
Actually, if you want to, let's see. I was let's see, I had to be 3 and 4. We moved, 3 and 4. So 58 years ago, we had Cassandra. Leonard might not know why. And Frank, slap jaw. A slap jaw.
Mm-hmm.
And go into that slap jaw. Oh, yeah, mercy.
Wow. You going way on back there.
Oh, mercy. And you got a chicken snake about that though. Well, Frank don't know that, but he ain't old enough.
Uh-oh. Young fella. They're talking about the young fella.
And he mentioned it, though. Actually, Frank mentioned it when you had the, what they call that? The outhouse.
Yeah, the outhouse, yeah.
The outhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You can't sleep in the outhouse.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to watch where you sit because there's a chicken snake in there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Lord have mercy. That gave me the chills right there.
Just to think.
But
you backing up into a snake.
You did have inside toilet, but it was called, we called it a slop jar.
Mm-hmm.
What's the slop?
Mm. Mm.
It almost looked like a pot. But you
Lord have mercy.
I don't know, because I don't even know how we set on that thing.
Man, I don't know. And then it stinks. Don't let somebody do the number two.
I'm just telling you. And no matter who you didn't empty it after one use. Lord have mercy, I'm getting the mess. Y'all messing me up. Now it's your turn to go empty it.
Mm.
And then you have to, after you empty it, you have to clean it.
Mm. What if when you're on your way to empty it to something splash on your leg?
You wipe it off. You wipe it off. It probably did. It probably did. We wasn't so bougie. We wasn't so bougie back then.
Mm.
You know why you were comfortable with paying utilities and for water and lights and stuff like that? Because you can afford it.
Mm-hmm.
Or you make do to afford it.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you do without it. And then you get mad at the electrical company or the water company because they come cut it off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then those that know something about it, I don't know, I ain't gonna say I know something about it. But when they cut it off, especially if it was the water, you just go back out there with a pair of pliers or you flip your own wrench or you press a wrench and cut that sucker back on. We play back and forth with it.
Mm-hmm.
Until they put a lock on it.
Yeah, I was about to say until they put that lock on it. Oh, they'll put a lock on you now. Yeah, they'll put that lock on it. Mm-hmm.
Now, right here, they don't even have to come to your house. They just cut it off from where the main door.
Yeah.
Shut that sucker off. Ain't nobody even came in your yard.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They push a button with your address on it. And here you go. In the dark. Where were you when when the lights went out? In the dark.
Exactly. Now, Toussaint.
But you know right here.
Yeah.
What's that?
No, no, you was about to say something. Go ahead. I actually go ahead. What was you about to say?
We're walking on water.
Mm-hmm.
Right now. Underneath your house.
Mm-hmm.
In your yard.
Mm-hmm.
Underneath that fine grass and that garden you got right here.
Mm-hmm.
When you water all of that stuff, if you turn that off and dig deep enough, there's water underneath you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
That if you want to, you can go buy the necessary equipment to dig deep down enough to get you some free water. But you know what? They're going to take you to jail for stealing it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And somebody, you mentioned this right here. I remember the man did that. He got buckets and barrels of together, and he collected rainwater.
Yeah, yeah.
And they arrested him for stealing.
Exactly. And that's crazy.
God-given water.
Yep.
Not purified, not going through the plant. But when it goes through the plant, you already drinking already used water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Water that's gonna been through your toilet. Yeah. That have been through your toilet.
Yeah. They didn't flush that water before. Mm-hmm. Yum, look. What can I say? Yum.
Mm.
And you pay for it.
Yeah.
Don't it taste delicious? Eat that water cold. Put some ice in it from the ice machine. You got all these convenience because you can afford it.
Exactly. Exactly. Wow.
You don't worry about it. But it's naturally, if you really look at it, you can get it for free. You just can't tell nobody.
Yeah. And if you do, you stand a chance of going to jail or at least getting arrested.
You going.
Wow. Wow.
You gonna go to jail because your neighbor gonna tell on you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know he got all them buckets and barrels over there collecting that water. Y'all need to go in there and check on that.
Why I gotta pay for water?
He getting over there. He over there getting it for free. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Well, somebody look at that. Look over there. Look at over right there. Right there. Yeah. But see, that's
I need somebody. You can't live off the grid. But you got to buy the land.
Yeah.
I traveled from here to Chicago just this weekend, last weekend, and you know they got miles and miles and miles and miles of land that nobody stays on.
Yeah.
And they got one thing about it is, I think they got a no trespassing sign. And nobody knows who owns it. Reserve property. What do you call that? Reserve land?
Yeah.
Government controlled reserve land. What are they reserving it for, right?
I have no idea, brother.
Anybody
but they know. They know. Let me go to Badger. Badger, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Morning.
Badger, asking the question, who allowed people to put a price tag on water that God gave us for free?
We did.
Why?
Convenience.
Explain that convenience.
I mean, back in ancient Rome, the ones that could afford it got pipe connections to private water. You know, medieval Europe and all the way up to today. Those that are able to do it. There's those that live off the grid, like Toussaint said. They get their own water. They get to a river, creek, whatever, or they have their own well. I mean, a lot of people have the option, if you have a house, you can check and see if you can get a well there on your property. Hey, then only thing you have to pay is the electricity. Well, you don't want the electricity, check your state laws. See if you can, build some solar power and other things.
Okay. Now, why is it illegal to collect water in buckets and barrels? Rainwater.
Probably because they don't want you to get the chemical compound for what they've been doing.
But you're not using it for that. You're using it for your convenience so you can have the water that you need.
They don't know that.
Why do they assume?
Why do most humans assume?
I'm not asking you about that. I said, why do you think they assume?
I don't know.
Man, hold on. I mean, it wasn't like that. Frank, talk to me, bro. Go ahead. I'm bad you got finish your thought.
No, and I acknowledge that sometimes prices go up and everything else, but here's the thing, right? For the convenience to having water to your house, are you going to maintain it all? Do the people that maintain the water pipes to get the water to your house, do they deserve to get paid?
Is that a question or you just
I'm both.
Okay.
So it's the picking and choosing, right? Yeah, we want free water, but we want free labor. Is that how it works now?
And is it a problem that people put a price tag on pretty much everything now, Badger? Because nothing is free. Like somebody said earlier, nothing is. I think it was Leonard that said nothing is free. So we have chosen to, instead of doing things out of the kindness of our heart, because it's the quote unquote right thing to do, we want to put a price tag on everything. Everything has to have a price tag.
Even when we do something out of the goodness of our heart, it's not free. It's time.
I beg to differ. Well, you know that yeah, I understand what you're saying there, but my thing is this right here. If I'm doing something for somebody, a lot of times I don't. If I'm able to do it, sometimes people ask you some outlandish things that you're not able to do. But if I'm able to do it, I do it for them, and I don't want anything back or none of that. It's just the right thing to do. And truth of the matter, I feel good when I'm able to do something for people. I feel good. It just gives me a feeling that, you know, a lot of other things don't give me. Just to be able to do something for somebody. But, you know, like I said, again, you have to
this question,
what you can do. Say it again.
For the question that you're asking, if a person is worried about another individual wanting to make sure that they have water and all that, and why not start up a petition? Why not throw some money or get some kind of month thing going in the community for those elderly people?
Okay, I tell you what, Badger, you a neighborhood researcher, so you go ahead on and you do the research and get it together, and I'll be the first one to sign. I'll be the first one to sign it. I only want you to sign it before me. Let me sign it first. Let my name be the top one on the list. So when they go to the list and they see a name over there, they'll see my name first, and they know that I'm a part of it, and in full support of it. Frank, talk to me.
I know sometimes for just the sake of conversations, we run into topics like this. I know you, so I know you know the answer to why we pay for utility and the convenience of it. And I know you're old enough to remember our houses and the original portal potties like Cassandra and Tucson were talking about. Nobody wants to do that, man. Nobody wants to walk that type of filth through your house and have to smell that mess. Dig holes in your backyard to bury it. I don't want to go. I don't want to do that, man. That's not for me. And when we talk about you can't live off the grid, when I grew up, and unfortunately, it was a choice for them. I was a Boy Scout, and they would take us out in the woods, and we would run across gypsies. And they had their backpacks, and they ate whatever they could find. And if somebody told them they had to move, they would grab their backpacks, put their fires out, and they'd move on. But they would not live in houses. They didn't live amongst society. And they did that my entire adolescence. Every time we went camping, we ran with them. So there is a group of people, but some people are forced out into the streets and don't have these conveniences. We call them homeless. But they live throughout these harsh Michigan winters. They do without the things that, we take for granted. And, a topic like this, there is a serious side of it that would anger me that we would even entertain this as far as our utilities and paying them. I want you to consider this right here. Go into the average household. The average person has a flat screen TV in at least 2 rooms. Some people have a flat screen TV in every room. Every kid has an Xbox. Every kid has a phone. Every kid has a phone. My wife's an educator. She does not have a stupid. Does not have a phone, and does not have a cell phone bill. And then the majority of kids have iPhones and Apple phones. They don't have just regular Android. They have $400 or $500 phones. Now let's continue the waste that we have when we argue about things like utilities. Fast food. The average person eats out 2 to 3 times a week. That's between $60 and $120 a week. That's anybody's monthly water bill right there. Just one person. Not a household of people. Just one person. You look on the average kid's foot. They have Jordan 11s or Wolf Grays, 4s or Black Cats. Average shoe costs between $150 $300. They're wearing T-shirts that cost between $100 $350.
Mm-hmm.
So we can be so hypocritical when we scream and holler about, why am I paying for this? But you will waste every dime you get on things that you don't need.
Mm-hmm.
Things that are just wasteful. You know, it's just, I probably about 3 weeks ago, now I use my phone and I didn't have to. I'm retired now. But when I was working, my phone was a computer. I pulled up emails, I joined meetings, made business calls, did all of that. My phone was paid for by the company that I work for. These kids don't need these phones. But for us, and I know this is not really serious, but to talk about our utilities and really, you know, want to call, there's way too much evil going on for me to spend more than 5 minutes saying that the water company, what happened if Flint was evil?
Mm-hmm.
When you poison somebody's water and allow people to drink it, now that's evil. You know, and nobody gets punished for it. But just the utility companies in itself, for the electrical companies and all of that, and being able to have, you go and hit a switch and your lights come on. You know, we have harsh weather here in Michigan. So in the winter, when we have power outages and those people out there in 0 below weather, digging into the ground, or we have a water main break and it's 20 below, and those people out there getting wet and still working, who's going to pay for that? We are. And I'll gladly pay, you know, for my garbage to get picked up. They picked it up yesterday. They did a great job. I watched the guy empty my cans and neatly put it back up against the curb. You know, so, I mean, our utilities, man, no, I'm not going to villainize these people and make them evil.
No,
that is.
No. See, it wasn't the point to make them evil. The point was putting the price tag on something that was given to us for free. If I bought you a gift, and I say, hey Frank, man, I know you know, I ran across this guy, man. You know, he had a couple of vintage cars, and I was able, I picked up one, man. I know that, you know, that you like these cars, man. Here's the keys, man. Here go the title right here. This is your car, man. There you go. I give it to you for free. And then I come back to you a year later. Hey man, I need back pay on that car, man, because you know, I owe this, I owe that, I owe this, I owe that. You know, you gonna look at me kind of funny, man. You gonna look at me real funny. Hold on.
That's not.
I know it's not the same. I'm just using it as an example. I'm using it as an example. But and if you take the example of what I'm using it for and how I'm using it, you'll see the point that I'm making. And I understand there is a difference. I understand there is a difference. But my thing is this right here. God gave it to us for free. Let there be water. And there was water. Let there be this and let there be this and all the other stuff. Let the water separate one. You know, God gave, the water was already here. God gave us all this stuff for free. And then here come man want to charge us for it. That's
free water is still there, Raheem. Free light, which is the sun, is still there.
Mm-hmm.
It is the process of making it convenient, giving you water pressure, giving you light in certain areas of the house, you know, giving you heat instead of you burning. You know, I have a fireplace in my house.
Mm-hmm.
I can burn wood and it'll heat the majority of my mom downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
But just to be able to throw that heat wherever I want to and do different things, it is the process that we pay for. But you know these things.
Yeah, I do. But my thing is right here. You said too. You said too, Frank. Frank, you said too. You said too. Frank, hold on.
Go ahead.
You said too. You said too about the sun, and they now they got a way to charge you with we're gonna give you all this power. We're gonna give you these solars where you use the sun, and you can light your house and do all the stuff that you need to do by the power of the sun. Now that it's so many different things, man. They figure out a way to put a price on everything. Frank, I understand that.
That's not natural light. That's not what I'm talking about.
Okay, but my thing is, I understand what you're saying, and I know that too. But my thing is this right here. My point is this: they're putting a price tag. They're trying to figure out a way to put a price tag on everything. Everything has a price tag. When is it too much? Go ahead.
So my question is, and I'm gonna go back to the measurement, is that we can easily pay for our electrical and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
If we would stop with everything else, stop wasting so much money and just pay your utilities. I drove by a house the other day. It probably was worth $14,000. Where there was $150,000 Corvette in the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man.
But see,
I mean, we just,
how can we do that?
Our priorities are so jacked.
How can we do that?
Let me say for Frank,
how can we do that?
I just don't have a problem. And I'm 67. I've been paying utilities since I was 19. Utilities were never the issue. It was me. It was never the issue. When things got tight, it was me not taking care of business. Now that's not the case for everybody. There's some people that fall on hard times. But as a community, when I was coming up, we helped those people.
Frank, let me say something to you.
People that got their lights shut off.
Frank, why is it we can do that though? Because in one breath we say it's a choice. It's a choice that you don't have to pay for. You don't have to do this. It's a choice that you have. But then again, we take that choice away from them when they make a choice to buy the car that they want, or they make a choice. It's their choice to buy the shoes and stuff like that they want, or
that
Jordan.
That is a great question.
How do you do that?
The issue.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the issue that I have. I have a very close friend that struggles financially,
mm-hmm.
and periodically he'll call me and say, "Hey man, let me is there any way I can hold a few $100, man? I just came up short." And I love him, and I say, "Yeah, man, come on and get it," and I'll give it to him. And then I'll see on social media that he's in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
That just and it's not the fact that I feel like, man, how dare you? I gave it to him freely, and I make a habit of giving things that I don't look for in return.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, you got a family. You don't. If you have to do what you're doing and borrowing money, and a lot of times you'll find out they're borrowing money from multiple people.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be running your behind in Vegas talking about, "Yeah, I'm about to hit a lick, and I'm on the strip doing this and that." Oh, okay. That's just stupid.
Mm.
But let's like you say all the time, I'm not trying to make this the Frank and Raheem show. But I just don't, the convenience, I pay for it. And I don't have a problem with it. And I thank God that I'm able to pay my utility.
Okay. Cassandra, talk to me. Cassandra Alexander Green, talk to me. Because a lot of times, Cassandra, will say that, it's a choice. They have a choice whether they pay for that electricity, they don't, they can have it cut off, blah, blah, blah. And we say that, and then we giving them a choice, but at the same time, we take away their choice to if they want to buy a car, it's their choice. If they want to dress in top dollar clothes, that's their choice. If they want to buy the shoes, the Jordans or whatever, the red bottoms, isn't that to their choice?
Yeah, but you're talking about, are you talking about the choice between having your utilities and doing something else?
Well,
is that what you're talking about?
Well, it can be, but I'm mainly just talking about, you know, if a person have a choice, if we're going to give them a choice, whether they pay the utilities or not pay the utilities and get them cut off, if we're going to give them that choice, it's your choice. You know, you don't have to. You could not pay it, and they come and turn it off. That's your choice.
Oh, absolutely.
But isn't it also their choice on how they spend their money?
Absolutely, absolutely. I would not tell anybody how to spend their coins, as the kids call it. However you want to do that, go for it. But I would advise, if you want to have electricity to play your TV, and you want to have water to flush your toilet, my advice, now I'm just a nobody trying to tell everybody about somebody, but I would definitely pay my utilities. Yeah, that would be the right choice. Just saying.
Now, if they decide not to, and they come to you, Cassandra, like Frank said, you know, I fell a little short. Can I, you know, I need $120. I need $120 to pay this light bill, or they're gonna turn me off. They're gonna turn me off at the end of the day. And you look down at their feet, and they got a brand new pair of Nikes on with the tag still on. Cassandra, how you gonna handle that?
I'm gonna give them the money. That's just me. Don't ask me questions like that. That's just me. I'm sorry. Other people would.
Will you feel some kind of way?
Tough love. Other people would do tough love.
Would you feel some kind of way?
I would help them.
Would you feel some kind of way along the course?
I might. But if I have it, I'm not like that about money. I don't. And I'm a person that struggles sometimes in that area in finances, but I don't use my money, you know, to do anything frivolous. But I don't feel that way about money. If I can help somebody, I'm gonna help them. And then the explanations, I'll talk to them about that later. But I'm not gonna see them with their lights off that's just me. We all different. Everybody in here different, and you know, we do tough love or whatever. That ain't my thing. I'll talk to them later, but yeah, I'm not gonna see them with their lights off or something like that.
That's good. That's good. Curtis McNeil, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning? Curtis, you there?
Right here. What's going on?
What's going on, man? You sound peppy this morning too, brother. You sound peppy this morning. I appreciate that. I'll ask you the question. Why is it that who better yet, who allow people to put a price tag on something that God gave us for free? Talking about water. You got your water bill, man. You got a water bill. You don't pay that bill, they're gonna turn your water off. You ain't gonna be able to flush that toilet, do nothing with it. You ain't gonna have this water in this house here. You don't pay that bill. I tell you that. Because how they put a price tag on water? Water's free, ain't it?
Yeah, and they're gonna have this pass for air soon. You're gonna be walking around here.
Yes, sir. How earthquake said that thing? I want to put my air in my mama name.
Yeah, man. They can always find a way to take everything that's natural and turn it commercial. You know, that's man. That's man's doing. You know, everything has a dollar price to it. You know, even some of the things that we wouldn't consider that we would even consider to place a price on. certain people, man, they just like that, man. Everything, you know, and just greedy. Just greedy. But honestly, truth be told, there's certain things you shouldn't be paying for. You know, just being open and honest, there's certain things you should not be paying for.
Yeah.
You know? But that's all I got. Ain't nothing else to say.
Okay, good deal. Leonard, talk. Yes. Leonard, talk to me.
What would you like for me to talk to you about, Raheem? It can't be this issue.
Of course it is.
With the water.
Of course it is.
I mean, what would I talk to you about it?
Well,
I mean, it's. I don't even. I'm not even on this side of that side of the conversation.
Well, talk to me from where you are.
I am a proponent of collective civilization, and I believe that everybody ought to chip in and pay their share. I'm a big proponent of taxes as well, as long as they provide for programs and things like that for people, such as out here in utility assistance programs and things of that vein. I am not a proponent of everything should be free. I don't understand how that works or why people think they should be free. But I know I couldn't have built this house, so I had to pay somebody to do it. I know some folks that, you know, I've camped out with people and things like that that live that type of way. That's their choice. Or like, say, for instance, I'm pretty sure my man Rico could come on and tell you more about what he studied about the Amish and how they choose to live. We have choices here. Now, you can go and homestead and do your own thing if you would like. But I've never been on this side of the conversation where I thought that things were supposed to be given to me for free.
And see, but that's not what we're talking. And I understand what you're saying, and I understand where you're going with it, but that's not what we're talking about. If the water is already free, why let people put a price tag on it, take it through this whole thing and build this whole structure up and say, now if you want this same water that's gonna come through my structure, you gotta pay me.
All I know is when I got this house, they didn't call me about no water. I called them. Like my grandmother used to say, if you don't want to pay for their stuff, don't go get their stuff. Period.
So what's your alternative?
Whatever, however you can get by, you get by.
No, I'm asking you, what's your alternative in that matter?
Well, I prefer to pay my way.
Okay.
And I prefer to chip in to help other people.
So there's no alternative.
There's plenty of alternatives, but this is the one that I choose. You don't have to have a house. Go stay outside. That's up to you. I used to hitchhike at one point. All I had was on my back because that was my choice.
Yeah. Did you have a water bill?
So no, I didn't have none of that.
Because water was free, right?
No, I didn't have a water bill.
Did you drink water?
Yes. Like I said, I remember you ever took a shower in the bathroom at the gas station?
No, I hadn't had the opportunity to do that yet.
Okay. Some people do that.
Who
they ain't got running water.
Good morning. Good morning, madam.
So you know, it's just about what you want. It's about convenience.
Hey, Xbox, how you doing?
Some people pay a plumb. Like my best friend has no problem with money. And you know, and that's what he said that money is for. That money is for them conveniences I like. If something break in here, you think I'm gonna fix it? No, I'm gonna call a man to fix it, and I'm gonna pay him to fix it.
Okay. But my thing is, man, I think it's a huge problem in this society in which we live in, that a man could take something that God gave for us for free, man, water, build this structure and say, well, if you want that same water that God gave you for free, it have to come through my structure. And now you have to pay me every month for the rest of your life. Like I said earlier, if I buy a house, I'm gonna pay for that house max maybe 30 years, and then the house is paid for. If I'm gonna buy a car, then and my wife just got another one, we're gonna pay for that car X amount of years. That car gonna be paid for, but yet still you're gonna pay for this water for the rest of your life. You're gonna pay for this water for the rest of your life, or you're just not gonna have any water?
No, I mean,
Wow.
I don't, like I said, I'm not on that side of the coin at all. Now, I know if you would like to do it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's much harder living, you can wake up every morning and go get the water you need down at the river
Mm-hmm.
and walk it back to your house.
Mm-hmm.
If that's what you would like to do. Most people don't care to do that. So it's how
Well, then-
convenient to do that.
Yeah.
My water bill is about $60.50 a month.
Mm-hmm.
If I get a pool, guess what? It's gonna cost more.
Yeah, it costs a lot more. But my thing is, and you remember we spoke earlier about the person, and I brought it up there, Frank. I think it was somebody said, I don't know who said it, that the guy had barrels outside of his house to collect rainwater. Rainwater. God gave the rainwater. And they came and arrested him because they say it's illegal to collect rainwater. And there are several states that do that. They will charge you for that. You can't collect rainwater. So thus they're eliminating your ability to obtain your own water. You got to go through their system.
I wouldn't want to live in a place like that. I know people that collect rainwater to water their gardens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Don't get caught. If you're in the wrong place, don't get caught doing it.
Right, but it ain't about being in the wrong place.
Yes,
It's about going where you can live how you want to live. You do not have to. You don't have to do nothing if you don't want to.
See that
you just don't have to.
But I understand what you're saying. But that statement right there, you got to understand. If a person do not have the means to pay for a water bill, how they gonna have the means to just get up and go somewhere else and just live where you don't have to do that? They don't have the means, man.
Do you know homeless people?
Say it again.
Do you know homeless people?
I do.
How you think they get by? How you think they get by?
Sometimes by the skin of their teeth, brother.
Like washing up in public bathrooms, or where you get free water through public access. Like I say, those fountains at the park.
But but they do it where they are. They don't go to another part of the country and just make it. They do those things.
That's how we used to live.
Right.
That's how we used to live. If ain't no deer here, you got to go follow the deer.
Oh dear.
In order to eat.
Oh dear.
Unless you go eat plants and vegetables, you have to find a place. And guess what? There's still people who live nomadically.
Yeah.
There are some people who, like, say for instance, if you're homeless, you don't want to be homeless in Michigan in the winter. So they come south.
Okay.
Like I say, that's what people are under their impression. Like say, when I hear people talking about the rat race and this, that, and guess what? You can walk away from all of that if you would like.
Easier said than done sometimes, Leonard. Easier said than done. I understand what you're trying to say, man, but easier said than done.
I've walked away from plenty.
Leonard, you may be cut a little different. Not everybody's cut like you, bro.
Like I say, I'm doing this. I have the ability to charge people for words. I'm giving you these words for free.
Appreciate it. Rico, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Happy to see another beautiful day of life. How everybody doing today?
Hey, doing good. Man, look at that. I'm not a very popular person this morning, but I'm asking the question, man. Who allowed man to put a price tag on something that God gave us for free, like water? They build a little structure, and they say, look at here. The same water that God gave you for free, if it's coming through my structure that I created, and it going to your house, you got to pay me for it. You got to pay me for my system. You get that water in your house, and the water's free, Rico. What's going on, man? Talk to me.
Nobody gave them the power. You had envious, genetically inferior men who needed the power to be able to have control, so they can continue to survive. They want to control all the resources, all the natural resources. Like what Leonard was saying, when you need to hunt those deer, you need to follow those deer. But what about when that genetically inferior, deceitful devil kills all the deer, like they did with the buffalo? They wanted to control the narrative. They wanted to control how other people survive so they could make sure they could take their stuff. You know, if we talked about greed yesterday, this conversation probably would be a lot easier. Because you would understand why somebody would want to take control of the water. It wasn't just for the profits. But we have become so beneficial. It's beneficial so much to the point where now the economic system that man has created, it supersedes God's natural order of what it takes to build community. We support a system that they created that begets poverty. It begets extortion and gouging. So we can like money because, you know, and think that the system is needed because if you need this, if you want to have this, you need to have that. But you don't have a choice when you have AIDS and somebody takes the price of that drug from $13.50 to $750. That's a $5,000 increase in one day. Somebody saying that they don't care if you can afford it or not, but you got to pay to play. So that's the negative about this economical system that was created by a genetically inferior person who is always going to be fighting for his survival and not his right to be able to compete on a level playing field, because he won't be able to compete on the level playing field. He won't be able to survive in a community where you have to, I guess they could survive in a community. They just don't believe that they can, because the environment they came from was all about competing to survive. See, whether we realize it or not, we've been manipulated into competing to survive. Not living like a community, not creating technology so everybody's life can be more fruitful. They can live in more prosperity. You know, we think prosperity is about this man-made wealth, but we're not thinking about prospering for as a earth community. Because there are people out here who don't have the opportunity to have the basic necessities because they're being gouged and extorted. There are people that needed to escape Hurricane Katrina, and somebody found the opportunity to say, well, hey, they got to come get this gas. This world is built around supply and demand. Let's raise the price a little bit while they try to run for their lives. That's smart money. Good business. If it makes dollars, it makes sense. No, it don't make sense every time it makes dollars. You should not have such a rotten heart or such a value for a man-made economical system to where you refuse to help people who need a $13.50 pill for their AIDS because you want your 5,000% profit. Wow. Just because you see you gave these chitlins and these oxtails to these people and they found a way to make the best out of it when you was intentionally trying to degrade them. You see that there's a demand for them now. Now you want to take them from scraps to just a little, to real cheap, to a delicacy. Look how expensive oxtails are now. Something that they used to throw away. We ain't got no value in that. Get that to the niggers. Oh, what they doing with them oxtails? They sure real good. What you folks done came up with down there? You know what? They're enjoying that a little too much. I think we need to raise the price on it. Not because we don't want them to have it, but because we see an opportunity to capitalize and make ourselves some more money now. And what do? We complain about how much the price of chitlins and oxtails are now, knowing they are unhealthy. And then I go right out there and take pictures of us buying them and say, well, you know what? It ain't chicken if you got it.
Wow. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Toussaint, talk to me, brother.
Can you hear me right here?
Loud and clear. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I feel so bad. I really feel bad. You're talking about water. I mean, really, because I've been counting the cost. At least in this last 30 days, and I mean, I could use that money that I spent.
Come on, talk to me.
I've done less than a lot of folks. I spent $4,100, more than $4,100. Finished. Last 30 days, I don't even know what my wife has spent.
Yeah.
Because I don't check her money. I told you what she makes. I don't know what she spent her money on.
Yeah.
Really? No. But that's just me. In one household, I've spent that. We're talking about water. I have to put one. It's not funny, it's sad, really. I have to put one of my vehicles in the street because I can't put it in the yard. Too many cars in the driveway.
Wow.
I ain't gonna even tell you what kind of cars they are. Because you're gonna say that's just ridiculous. We talking about water. And I remember I was a child, last of 12 children, that had an outside toilet. It was not convenient. We pay for convenience. That's why.
Okay.
Because we like convenience. We love it. I mean, Frank, I need to find out where you find that $500 phone. Because I need one. I could save a whole lot more money. I probably could save half of that. Well, I could save at least $500 on my phone, getting the phone you talking about.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm just saying. For real. And my wife got one too.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we ain't got children in the house.
Yeah, I have one too.
I pay insurance on 6 vehicles. And some of them don't move. Not that they can't move, just can't drive all of them at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we talking about war. My son we went to it must have been a family reunion, or we just got together. Me and my children and stuff like that. We went somewhere or something. And I forgot what it was. And we got together and we stayed in one of the Airbnb houses so that we could all stay together. And that was just for fun. And they charged us for that. And I ain't never looked in there, right? And there are people that are really struggling, and we talking about wars. I love that. Literally my dude. I don't care. I know you sharp. You sharp on the tongue. Really, you sharp on the tongue. But if you don't like it, go stay outside. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Go stay outside.
Wow.
We do that in our life. It's dysfunctional, and we be just fine. I think. I had a nephew that because of the fact that he had a serious drinking problem, he would rather stay under the tree than go home. And have a house. So you can stay outside. But we do that out of waste. Because how many children do you know, Raheem, under the age of assume that building have a cell phone or iPad.
Yeah, or something. Or something. You say you say stay outside. I'm gonna tell you something. And Frank was talking about the unforgiving winters in Michigan, and they are very unforgiving sometimes. But I'm gonna tell you something. I was in I went to one a year. I went to Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona in the summertime. In the summertime. Man, I'm gonna tell you something. It was 120 degrees out there, man. 120 degrees.
That might be at night.
Huh?
That might be at night.
Yeah. And so they said night. I mean, it's hot there, bro. It's hot, and so you wouldn't want to live outside in 120 something plus the temperature.
Well, come on out here, Brandy. Come stay outside over here in this great state of Mississippi or Louisiana or Alabama. Come on. I got something for you. You know what it's called?
What's that?
The weather. Hurricanes and tornadoes.
Yeah. You gotta be careful.
You gotta find you somewhere to stay.
Exactly.
They say it's better to get in a ditch. Because you might see a cow flying.
Good Lord. Wow. Cassandra Alexander Green, talk to me, sis. Kurt, come to you next, brother.
I don't have anything else to say.
Waller supposed to be free, Cassandra. Waller supposed to be free. How you gonna charge me for walk? Wrong with you? Why they do that at? Cassandra, how they gonna do something like that? Charge me for walk?
Oh, beautiful for space.
Wow. Kurt, talk to me, brother. Kurt, you there? Kurt is wake up and go to sleep. Wake up and go to sleep. Badger, talk to me.
On this topic?
Yes, sir. That's where we at.
And there's not much more to say about it. Anything specific?
Well, Xbox said, laugh out loud, paying for natural resources. And that's what you're doing, paying for a natural resource.
So, how many are willing right now to volunteer and have, let's say, there was a way to like just volunteer where you can get your water for free, but you have to help maintain the whole network that gets water to your house. Who would do it?
A lot of people. I would. A lot of people would. I would.
And you don't get paid for it.
No. It's almost like having a crank. Back in the day, they had to crank the car to go somewhere. People will do it because that's what they have to do in order to maintain. And so they go out there, they crank the car, they wind it up, and they go on where they're gonna go.
Okay. Who's willing to maintain the roads?
What the road
volunteer?
No, we're talking about water now. You shifting on them.
Well, there are pipes underneath the roads, and if they break, you got to have someone that can repair the roads too.
You going somewhere, Badger? You going somewhere? I'm trying to walk with you, brother.
And the wells and things that the city uses. Do you know how to fix those if those go out?
So next we're gonna say that the system in the ocean or that pour the water. Who's gonna go out there in the middle of the ocean and fix those pipes? Are we going there too?
I guess so. That's where they are. So like pretty much what I'm getting at for the convenience to have water and electricity at our houses. Do we just expect people to do it for free? And if so, how do we make sure that they are able to afford a house and food?
Let's for the sake of this conversation, let's go back to one thing that we talked about earlier. The little old feeble little lady that don't have any real income, that don't have a way to pay for this watering system that we have. Is she just to go without water because she can't pay?
I mean, morally, I would say the answer is no. But knowing the way that the majority of communities are, they'll probably just tell her, you know, go talk to a nonprofit. They'll help you pay for it.
Mm-hmm. But and if they don't,
do you think your the community that you live in, would you go door to door and asking people, and how many of them, including yourself, would take care of that elderly lady's water bill every month?
I would like to think that I would, but if I'm not there, just to say I'm not there, I don't have any knowledge of this situation. What is this young lady supposed to do? Is she, because of the fact that she cannot pay that bill that comes to her house every 30 days, because she can't pay that bill, is she supposed to be without water?
Supposed to be? See, this is where things get complicated. And it's complicated only because people want it to be complicated. If we want the convenience of water in our house, and we acknowledge that it can't be done for free, and it needs to be maintained, because we got to be able to buy the pipes or replace the pipes and all this other stuff, right?
So basically,
why doesn't the community?
This woman is a casualty of war.
No, this woman is a casualty of the community. Because the community can come together to solve a lot of problems, but instead, most people in the community want to blame somebody else.
Or the watering company can have a heart and say, "Look here, you've lived your whole life and you've been paying this thing for your whole life. We're just going to waive the fee that you have to pay." And the company itself could have a heart and say, "This is what we're going to do for you." Now, we're not going to necessarily do it for everybody in the community, but for you, we're going to make an exception and not charge you. Don't worry. So what is free?
So expect someone else to do what those in the community around the person doesn't want to do.
As you point the finger right now, if somebody got to do it, if this lady got to have water, somebody got to do it. Why not go to the company? See, you want to point the finger just at the community and just put all the onus on the community, but the watering company is the one that's actually getting the money from her. The watering company is the one that's making her obligated to pay this thing. The watering company is the one that's putting her in this situation. So why not put in some responsibility in the laps of the watering company and not just allow them to take all the money from this lady and just walk away being like a leech, take everything and give back nothing? Why can't they have some responsibility instead of just saying that everybody in the community? What if everybody in the community don't have the means to do so? What situation would that leave that lady in then? Now we got to go back to the watering company. So the watering company, from what you're saying right now, the watering company has no responsibility other than taking this woman's money.
No, I didn't say that either.
That's exactly what you said.
I have lived with a human being that did blame shifting for the majority of my life. And I've had this, so it's, and pretended to be things and all kinds of stuff. I have seen where communities come together to do barn raisings, to help take care of each other's bills when times were tough. And then I've seen the communities that don't do anything to really help each other and just go talk to this building or this nonprofit. Well, nonprofits have lost, they're losing money. So they can't help people like they used to.
Okay.
But where did that money come from?
With that being said,
taxpayers.
Okay, Badger, but listen to me, brother. With that being said, you say nonprofits don't have the money to do these things. So that is community. So if the community don't have the money to do anything, why not put the responsibility on the company that's actually putting this lady in this situation in the first place? We can't just, like you say, shift the responsibility. We have to spread it out. And in this instance right now, if that community does not have the means to do so, now we're going to turn to the company itself. Is there anything you could do for this lady? You know, she's a real feeble young lady. She don't have the money. So you just gonna turn her water off and just leave her in the situation.
So you're saying that everyone in that community around this elderly person also has no income?
I never said didn't have any income. I said may not have the means to have the extra income to go out there and help her. And I know a lot of communities where people don't have extra because they're paying, how do you say, robbing Peter to pay Paul, and they don't have, and trying to steal from them all. And so my thing is, sometimes people just don't have that extra income that they can actually fork out to help anybody because they don't have enough money to help themselves. I've seen communities like that. I've been in communities like that. And so, you know, to put something else in their lap that they're struggling already, they just can't afford it, man. Not that they don't want to, not that they don't have a desire to, but they just don't have the means to.
That's all right. The devil did it.
Wow. And now that's where you're going to go. Rico, talk to
Ryan,
Yes,
Ryan,
sir.
I got a question.
Yeah. The devil did it. Ain't that something?
I got a question, especially with what Badger said, because, you know, it sounds like he's saying this economic system and capitalism is good, which that would be a brand new Badger. Do you believe the corporations that own or control the resources have a responsibility to make sure the Earth community that they have the control of the resources over has an opportunity to afford to access those resources, even if it's not to survive, even if it's just for conveniences? Should these corporations have a responsibility to make it to where people can afford it instead of making it to where they can't afford it? Like I said, with the guy with the Hayes drug. So it's all about affordability. I'm asking Badger this specifically because because of what he just said. And you said a key word, Raheem, afford.
Mm-hmm.
So with all the advocacy stuff that I do and dealing with politicians, I know other people are on the line that does the same thing. We work hard to advocate all the time. The brutal reality is there are people that are being elected into positions that put laws into place that allow these corporations to get away with what they're doing. And until we come together to deal with these greedy human beings, the elites, the ones that are the main cause of this problem, we're just going to keep having conversations and solutions really aren't going to get found because it's going to take us coming together, acknowledging what the evil is, and then dealing with it.
See, Badger, the same thing, the same argument you gave right before you make that statement is the argument that they give. Mm-hmm. And then you asked Raheem a question about getting that water, and you just said that we would have to come together. In catastrophe, people have to come together as a community to survive. Now, when you have all the control of the resources that the community needs to survive, society, the population of the world, they need this to survive. It's up to you to be responsible to make it affordable for everybody so the Earth community can do what it's meant to do. It's only naturally right. So, you know, affordability is all of what the big thing is about. Okay, if you want to get control of the water because you have to filter it so it's to where we can drink it. You know, you just can't take water from the ocean and desalinize it. That case works. Okay, if the community doesn't want to come together and work, and that the reward be the fact that the Earth community is going to progress and grow with this technology, then maybe we do have to charge for it. But make it affordable. Some people are homeless because they can't afford to survive. Mm-hmm. Much less the basic conveniences, which some people call conveniences, but they really truly are necessities.
So
water may be a convenience, but it's also a necessity.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to say this and then just stop.
Okay, yeah, because we got to include everybody else. You know, y'all two can't go. It's going to be a tennis match. But we got other people got to be respectful of their time.
I live on disability.
You good?
Me and my family live on disability because my spine is shot. Where I'm having to constantly fight to try to get health care for my wife and 2 kids that have a chronic illness. Mm-hmm. That the vast majority of doctors have no idea or no education on what their chronic illness is, to the point that we're probably going to have to end up figuring out how to travel out of state for them to get care. I am very aware of how corrupt things are. And I can't tell you the amount of times I have called churches that say they help people. I made a phone call to Frank because I need a repair on my house, because I'm like, hey, you have any ideas, man? I need some help, because the places I've called everywhere around, I don't fall into this group or this group or this or that. And yet, like Frank said earlier, all these people have these $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 cell phones. They have all these other types of things that they don't need to purchase. My kids don't have cell phones. Not because I couldn't find a way to afford it. We just choose not to, because to us, they don't need them right now. So there are so many aspects to this stuff that the more involved I got in the political realm, the more I'm understanding that the community is making choices and they're not being accountable for the decisions that they are making. They just want to blame somebody else for it.
Hey, Raheem.
Yes, sir.
Can I please say something because my name came up?
Absolutely.
Okay, I want to. Badger has helped me understand some things that I knew nothing about, especially with sound and touch, with mental health, and with a lot of other things. And it's truly been a blessing. I've enjoyed the conversations that I've had with him. So I pray that I have the opportunity when it comes to our church homes to help people, because I served on the benevolence committee for over 20 years. Now, this is one thing I want you guys to understand, is that in any church, 10% of the people do everything. 10% of the people serve, 10% or less give. Okay, so the lights have to be kept on. Everything, even though it's the church operates under a tax-free bracket, there are bills that have to be paid. So those bills have to be paid. A lot of people don't understand the majority of the praise team that are in most churches are not a part of those churches. Those are people that are paid to come every Sunday to play. These are professional people. But we had a power outage in Michigan that lasted a little over a week. And our church got broken into. So all the deacons, we put together a schedule where we sat at the church. So I was sitting on the steps of the church with, at that time, my fiance. And this guy rides up and he said, hey man, I need a generator. So I'm sitting there blinking. And I said, oh, okay. I said, sir, we don't have any generators. He said, y'all the church, ain't you? Yes, sir, we are the church. And y'all not giving out generators? No, sir. We are not giving out $400 to $1,500 generators to anybody to pull up. I didn't say that to him. But he was irritated because he had an unrealistic expectation that a church would have a generator for anybody that pulled up. And see, a lot of times, if I start a business, Raheem, my goal is to make money. It is not to support you. I'm sorry. That is just the business model. When I started my transportation company, I looked at how many employees I needed, how many vans I needed, the insurance I needed to pay, what I was going to have to pay out. But more importantly, it only made sense if what I was bringing back in was more than what I was paying out. Now, did I do charitable things? I did that out of the kindness of my heart. But when we begin to talk about obligations with businessmen, know who they are. These people are there to make money. Churches churches are here to spread the good news. They just think, people just think that we on an average day, we would get 800 calls a day for people that had needs. We weren't bringing in that kind of money. So we helped everybody that we could. We had to do it on a, if you were somebody that did not have food for your kids, man, if we didn't have the money in the benevolence fund, the majority of the time the deacons would gather the money ourselves, and we would go out and help that family. So a lot of people are speaking from a place of ignorance. And I mean ignorance for you just don't know. You haven't moved in that capacity. It's heartbreaking when you can't help people that have needs. But sometimes it's just a reality.
Wow. 508-924-3521. Y'all know what that is. That's the number. Give us a call. We'd love to have your input. We're going to change the topic in just a minute or two. But right now, Toussaint, what's on your heart, brother?
I got a question, Raheem.
Okay. What's your question?
Excuse me. How does all of these providing companies, the light and fuel place, the water place, don't talk about insurance, how do they make a profit? I'm talking about not $100 profit, not 1,000, millions of dollars profit for your convenience. How does that work? I know we talk about them paying their employee to go, fix the pipe, but the pipe ain't needed fixing in
10 years.
10 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it don't need fixing. Matter of fact, I don't tear my car up. So I didn't have to pay for it being damaged because I don't let other folks drive it. So it never is the fender or maybe a windshield, but I don't make insurance claims. I'll pay it out of pocket. How does the profit come in for you helping people be convenient? And you make more and more and more money. And if you do get in trouble, you know what they do, Raheem? I don't know, I might be wrong. They file bankrupt. Or they get government assistance, a bailout.
Curtis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that directed towards me?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to you for the answer. Help us out.
How does what work?
His question.
It don't. It don't. It don't. Let me explain something. We have a tendency to shoot shots at ourselves and not put in the crosshairs the real culprits, because we can deny, and when I say we, I'm talking about humanity, human beings. We will deny the next man beside us, our neighbors, assistance, but won't speak up or say nothing about the corporate welfare. We can find so much fault, and I hate to even be in this space at this time, but we can find so much fault in your regular everyday Joe trying to get a leg up. But we ain't willing to speak on it when it's corporate. The biggest proponent of welfare in America is corporations. It's not people. I'm gonna say that again.
Yeah. Yeah.
The biggest proponent of social welfare is corporations. It is not people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you want to go deeper, the largest consumer of welfare is white. Yeah, there you go. I said it. If we're going to have this conversation, let's have it truthful and honestly. You know, it's the largest consumer of food stamps is white.
Mm-hmm.
Social Security is white. But yet instead, we can take and put ourselves in a clown car and ride around the circus just to entertain all these corporate giants. Man, y'all gonna leave me alone with that. Don't get me on my pity pot.
Wow.
Don't get me on my pity pot. And I understand. I understand. Capital is capital, but all at the same time, right here, I'm gonna say what I've always said, man. Capitalism without a conscience is corruption.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just be. It can't be just all about making money.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you gonna do with it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, man.
Wow. Wow. It's a lot, brother. It's a lot. It's definitely a lot. Yeah. Rico, talk to me, brother.
Man, I'm gonna be quick, man, because I'm just shocked to know that you know, some people can be so against MAGA and Republicans and conservatism, and then we have a conversation about greed yesterday, and then we had this conversation today and not think about affordability, cost of living, inflation, price gouging, vulture capitalism. I mean, I mentioned affordability. I mean, we got homeless people out here in record numbers, man.
Yes.
They ain't got them cell phones.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
They ain't got them cell phones. And some of them mentally ill. They ain't got good, they don't have good mental health. They are mentally ill. And they can't afford no help. And it ain't enough out there for them. Because somebody believes in vulture capitalism. Good old America, where you can live the American dream and become the richest man in the world. While so many other people trying to pay what they used to get an AIDS drug for $13.50. Once it had to go up to $750 for one pill. One pill. Is he still locked up, Rico? Yeah, he's locked up. Oh, okay.
Wow. Frank, what's on your heart, brother?
Some people get away with a lot of crime, man. I mean, we're talking about these corporations that have control of these access, that are control to your access to the resources that you may need to survive, or you just might want to entertain yourself with. But why not make it affordable to where everybody can go and see what Dubai is like? Make it affordable to where everybody can witness the rest of the world. Make it affordable to where everybody can have a valuable life experience. Do your part. You say God put you in a position to do it. What God you talking about? Is this the reason why Jesus flipped over the tables, the chairs in the church? Well, some of them people in that church believing in the business system and understanding how it works, so you know if it makes dollars, it makes sense. Let's pray about it.
Wow, wow, wow. Leonard, what's on your heart, brother? We're going to change the topic in just a second or two, but what's on your heart right now?
I was waiting for you to change the topic because I don't know what it is today about this conversation that is just irritating the hell out of me.
Why, man? When you talk about corporation and stuff like that, man, how you say the thing, Curtis? What's capitalism without conscience is corruption.
It's corruption. It's corruption.
But see, what people don't talk about is they don't talk about their consumption and their preferences.
Mm-hmm.
You do not have to have what everybody else have.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you're talking about basic minimum care, if you choose that type of lifestyle, I support you.
Mm-hmm.
I basically will support anything that you choose. But let me introduce you to God's plans.
Mm-hmm.
You sin, you die. That's the plan.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's the plan.
That's the plan.
Mm.
People want to talk about medication, and I use an example about AIDS and medication. Guess what God would say?
What do you say?
Why you out here fornicating?
Mm.
That's the cost for that. That's what that costs.
Mm.
You choose how you should live.
What about the ones that got it from a blood transfusion?
It don't matter.
It
don't matter.
Mm.
It is what it is, and that's what it will be. You cannot sit around. I've heard everybody on this line talk about taking. Who's giving?
And you just said, what God said, and you you're fornicating, and
yeah.
But I asked you the question:
the wages of sin.
What about the one that got it from a blood transfusion? And because a lot of people that acquired AIDS from a blood transfusion.
Yeah.
What are their situation?
Well, they're because they're here and they needed that blood.
Mm-hmm.
That's why a lot of that we have a religious group that don't do blood transfusions.
Mm-hmm. You're talking about Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
So when I don't complain.
So because they need
about
a blood
my bills.
If they need a blood transfusion, they got two choices. Either they can have that blood transfusion or they could die. What do you think?
Some people choose death.
Wow.
A lot of people are choosing death now. Mm-hmm. Do not resuscitate.
Mm-hmm.
No, thank you. I don't want your chemo. I don't want none of that. Those are choices that people are making now.
Wow.
Because when you really look at the alternative, for some people, they come with them choices. I could sit around and complain about my bills all day. But like as my mother would say, you don't need that internet. You don't need all them luxuries. Like for Frank say, you don't need them TVs. You don't need all that. I know I don't need it, but I want it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm willing to pay for what I want. Mm. I'm not going to sit here and tell somebody else they owe what they earn to me.
Isn't that your choice? I mean, you want it, but isn't that your choice?
Yes, that's my choice. Mm. I could have done what we used to call it back in the day with my mom, them bumming. Mm-hmm. I could have been bumming. I really could have been.
Mm-hmm.
But I chose not to. Now, if you want to set your kids up to be a lot more successful, don't buy into this notion that the fewer skills you have, the less knowledge that you have, the better you'll be. Mm-hmm. Because that's a recipe for disaster.
Mm. I wonder where that came from.
You can't sit around and depend on other people to do for you. I do not know where this concept comes from. Mm. I remember when people wanted to, like my folks, okay, one day if y'all wanted a garage, the friends get together and they go build a garage at your house this weekend. Next weekend, you build somebody else's garage.
Let me ask you, hold on. I want to ask you a question. Where did that come from about wanting something for free? And all that?
That's all I heard. You want the water to come to your house, but you don't want to pay for it.
No.
How does that make sense?
No, I said people want to capitalize on something that God gave us for free. God gave us the water for free.
But God didn't give you indoor plumbing, did he? So that's how you're gonna tie this thing together. That's how it is. That is the reality of the matter.
Oh, that's the way you see it, huh?
Yes.
What if that ain't the reality of how I see it?
Well, I don't know how everybody else getting their indoor plumbing. Mm. I bet you the independent plumber can come to your house to fix something. He's not gonna fix it for free. Mm. He want to get paid. I bet you when you go do something for somebody, you want them to pay you.
But you know what? If my son-in-law was a plumber and he came to fix the plumbing in my house, he's not gonna charge me nothing.
Okay.
I promise you.
Okay.
I promise you.
My wife used to do hair. You think she can do everybody hair in her family for free?
We're not talking about everybody. Let's talk about the elderly woman that don't have the means. Let's talk about her for a second.
And she need to do her own hair.
We talking about water, Leonard. The elderly lady that that has no means. Hold on.
Doggone, Grandma.
Did she got any churn? Did she got any churn?
Let them do her hair.
Yeah, let them get her water.
They gonna charge her?
I don't know. That's the kid. Depends on type of children she raised. Like I said, it don't make sense, and y'all have to quit operating when it don't make sense. You can't sit up and have 6 and 7 babies and can't feed them. It just don't make sense. I don't care if you don't like what I said. I said it.
See, Leonard, you don't put 10 other things into a conversation.
But it's because you have this is why you're in the issue. You're living outside of your means. If you don't want no education and you don't want a good,
don't we all sometimes live outside of our means? Don't we all?
Some of us do. But like some of us can't go just buy a Mercedes because we want it. Some of y'all can.
Okay. Well, listen. Anybody else have anything that they want to say on this topic before we move on to the next one?
I do have something to say, but I wait if somebody else is talking.
Go ahead, Curtis. I'll come right back to you. I'm Frank. Go ahead, Curtis. Make it quick, Curtis.
I can understand what he's saying. Right? I can understand it. It's palatable. But it's not that finite. I understand completely what he's saying, and what he's saying is right to a degree. I mean, it's a part of what we see in our daily living. But there's also another image that we see. There's also another picture that we see. And I'll land the plane here, since we was talking about plumbing. Okay. What bothers me is when you want to shut off the water to a given community and or house, and then want to raise the prices on you opening up the line again. Ain't nothing changed.
Yeah.
There's been no change to the community and or environment that made you shut it off. Or what bothers me is when you want to blow up 4 or 5 of the houses in the community, and then drop the help me out, Raheem. Drop the prices, taking away people's wealth, and then turn right around when the prices drop. You the first one in line to buy the property.
Come on.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and what Leonard is saying, he's on point. I can agree with that. But there's also another vision. It's not that finite.
Good deal. Good deal.
That's all I wanted to say. But I agree with you, bro.
But okay. I'm not gonna say them because if I say something, it's gonna eliminate me being able to go into this next topic. So, Frank, you wanted to say something as well. What's on your heart, brother?
You know, Leonard said something earlier. He said this is irritating the heck out of me.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, I know what's irritating. I do not like to enter into conversations that don't lead anywhere. Okay, so you mad? So what? You could be mad at people that own these corporations the rest of your life. If you don't do nothing about it, what difference does it make?
Yeah.
The only way you can deal with people with money is inquire your own money. They don't care that you're mad. So it's the old saying that don't hate the player, hate the game. The game is the game. So these people that set up these businesses, they set them up to make money.
Yes.
Do we not know that? And it is not just to make $1,000 or $100,000. It is to make as much money as they can. You talk about big pharma. I was the regional manager of the largest pharmaceutical company in Michigan.
I know how they get out. I know what they do. But the thing about it is, why are we shipping out 66 pallets of medication into the city of Detroit a day? Because people are consuming them. Why? Because of our health. Let's do what Toussaint did. How about we do that? Let's get ahead of it. Let's get healthier. They won't have nobody to sell products to. And we, food is like the lyric said, okay, you don't want to pay $75, $80 for HIV medication? Let's not start from the end. Let's start from the beginning. How did you get AIDS? Let's deal with that. Let's deal with it, getting it from blood transfusion. Go in and look at the amount of people that got HIV from blood transfusion. But let's get to the greater problem and look at homosexuality, fornication. You know, hey, I was real cold magic. I thought that brother was going to lose his life because of who his wife's brother was. You know, but if you want to have pool parties and have 6 or 7 women, that's what's going to happen.
Okay. All right. Anybody else have anything they want to say on this topic before we move on to the next one?
Man, I'm just going to say, man, this is probably the most shocked I have ever been on this broadcast, man. I mean, it's like...
Yep.
Yeah, if you can't hate the player, don't hate the game. But at the same time, life ain't a game. And that's what the problem is. They're playing games with our life. They're playing economical games. Thank you, Rico. Thank you, Rico. And so it gets to a point where you have to say to yourself, you know what, man? Let's quit ignoring affordability. Those people with this blood transfusion shouldn't just be collateral damage. Oh, well, it's just a small number, y'all. But they should really, you know, it makes sense for them to raise the price from $13.50 a pill to $750 a pill. That's the way the game goes, brother. No, that ain't the way the game goes. Especially if you're a righteous person. If you love what God loves, you want to be a part of making sure that you preserve the greatest gift that He gave, which is life. Everybody's life, the community. You don't want to be a detriment. You don't want to be the reason why people go into poverty because you are making things unaffordable. Where's the blessing in that? Y'all talked to me about Judgment Day and this and that yesterday. What happened on Judgment Day? Well, I guess Jesus will be His representative. I'm really shocked. I mean, man, cost of living, inflation, these words that are for some reason a few people just refuse to acknowledge. Vulture capitalism, man. But we know these corporations are corrupt, but it's still the people's fault. So many people, the collateral damage of it. Some of the children who have AIDS from parents who was fornicating. It ain't their child's fault. Well, your parents shouldn't have been out here struggling.
Wow.
What? Hey, Raheem.
Hey, also, Raheem, I wanted to, since I have to bring it up because we were talking about.
Hold on. Let him finish his thought. Now come to both of y'all in a minute. Let him finish his thought. Go ahead, Rico.
Yeah, I'm just very shocked. I'm very shocked, man, that these words that we know exist and these conditions that we know exist are not they're being overlooked. And really, if you're paying attention to the politics the way that all of us do, these are some very key words coming out of both political parties right now. Some really meaning it and some just using it because it's out there. Affordability. It is an issue. The game is they cheating. They've been cheating.
Good deal.
Raheem.
Yes.
Also, I have to bring it up about responsibility and how these things translate into your communities. If we always talking about what's the rich people occupy, what does they say, the 5%? What's that percentage y'all you say of the wealthy? What percent are they?
2%.
The 2%.
Yeah,
1%.
1%.
Or the 1 or the 2%.
Yeah.
All y'all that need, everybody's so in need. 7.6% showed up to vote. 7.6% showed up to vote for the people that make the rules. If you really cared, you should have showed up to vote. You're not going to get around God's economy. I'm going to tell you that right now. So you can do something. You might as well come up with a different plan. The wages of sin are death. And we all are paying for it. All of us are paying for it. All of us go out every weekend and do stuff we know gonna kill us.
I ain't gonna say.
So when you're talking about getting over, bring that scale down to how you living and what you doing and the choices you making, because those are economics as well. Macro, micro. It all ties into one another. The system is what it is. How are you going to live in this system? And if you don't want to live in this system, what else are you going to do? Because you do have options. But because you sit around and covet, you want to live like everybody else, but you won't want to do what half the people have to do to live the way they live in.
Now, what is that thing you say? How does that thing say? I am in the world, but not of the world. Ain't that what?
Exactly. So I was always taught that if you got a good saying, I like it, about you want to live like this, but you want God to pay the rent.
Yeah, you want to live with the devil, want God, with Jesus to pay the rent.
That's what it sounds like. See, because I remember, boy, who wouldn't want to have a bunch of land and be able to have as many kids and be able to feed all of them? My grandfather had 13 children. There is no way I could afford 13 children. But I got a cousin in and out of jail, don't pay for nobody, and got 9. He's a burden on society. Admit it.
Okay. Hold right there, Leonard. Hold right there. Badger, you wanted to say something?
Yeah. So here in Texas, people are voting to put these politicians in on a premise of doing away with property taxes. All right. That sounds good up front, right? Okay. Then once the property taxes are gone, they're talking about sales tax should be able to create enough income to take care of things. And if you do anything in economics or know anything about economics, the amount of money that property taxes bring in for counties to maintain roads, the water system, the schools, the whole 9 yards, right? Sales tax really ain't going to cover that. But instead of people like actually researching these things and looking into these things, or paying attention to them they're going to put data centers and other stuff claiming it's going to create all these jobs. And by creating jobs, we just need to correct our infrastructure so that way more people have jobs, and then they can turn around, and since they're not paying property taxes, they can spend more money in the stores. And that'll make up the difference.
Okay.
When you actually look at the numbers, the amount of infrastructure required to replace property taxes, especially in a rural area, you're going to have to turn it into a big city, and that might work. Okay. So there's like, if we're going to have this conversation, we need to talk about what are the solutions? And don't get me wrong, I can't stand those greedy people. They have no issue with people dying for them to earn a buck at all, whatsoever. But for some ungodly reason, folks want to let them have power.
Wow.
What am I supposed to do? Go kill all the ones that are voting for him?
Hold on, we got to get. Anybody else want to say anything real quickly, so I can go to the next topic?
Yes, sir. Right quick.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about it. Okay. we talk about solutions, you start. Because I'm hearing some things. Okay, I'm the last of 12 children. You think my parents was around schooling? That's what they were doing? Or was they a married couple? What that got to do with the water company making a profit. We never been that for nobody. My daddy was we couldn't get food stamps. I'm the last of 12 children. Wait a minute.
Come on.
It's a corruption because of the fact that they got a little girl down the street, and she just so happened to start having a relationship before her time. Is that why these companies don't go out of business? They get bigger and better. Is that their fault? They got homeless people. They got people that come out of the military, fight for this country, and just, Mama might be listening. How did they get to the point? I'm sorry, Frank. Well, Leonard, I'm gonna apologize to you, Leonard.
No, don't do it then. Don't apologize and do it. Don't do it.
Definitely don't owe me no apology.
They ain't got a pot to fish in or winner to throw it out.
Amen.
Wow. All right, we ready to move on to our next topic. Whoa!
Hey, Raheem.
Yes.
Before you move on though, Toussaint says a very, very important. It's after 9 right now. We've been complaining about the problem, but this same problem is in here since the beginning of time.
Yep.
I traveled to Seoul, Korea, and I saw the most beautiful temples, the Buddha temples. Buildings are gorgeous. They're up on top of these mountains. I mean, you have to walk straight up to get to them. And then they are huge. They're just large pillars and just concrete and everything everywhere.
Hey, Brenda.
They didn't have caterpillars get those rocks to the top of those mountains. People died. People died for their vanity. People have been killing people for what they want.
Exactly.
Since the beginning of time. Complaining is never going to solve it. You have to identify what the issue is. And you have to have, instead of a 2-hour whining session, okay, so what are we going to do? The first thing I'm going to do when I get off this phone is I'll call Toussaint. Because I can save him half of the money on his insurance with a 3-minute phone call to me and I'm about to have. Half the money for insurance. I heard it said, I said, I got the solution back. So we have to come up, I'm going to call you. We have to come up with solutions. And we have to stop. They had a survey the other day that said 75% of the people in Michigan don't have $500 in their bank account. $500. But I guarantee you, way more than all of the people that I know, way more than $500 go through their hands in a month.
Yeah,
but
good deal.
We think it's expendable money, but as long as we live like that, we're going to be victimized. I'm sorry. And people are shocked and appalled, but this is the truth. People don't respond to weakness. You have to demand things. You can't beg.
Good deal. I want to go ahead on. Hey, whoa! Let me say it again. Whoa!
To Ryan.
Good morning. Good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
I'm fine. How are you?
Hey, doing
Good morning,
well.
Frank. Good morning. Rico.
You okay, Willa?
Hey, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, you okay?
I'm awesome.
I told you that clubbing is going to catch up with you. I told you. It's going to catch up with you one of the days.
I'm on the computer and I'm talking to you guys at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, Willa, we're gonna start this next topic. We're gonna start this next topic off with you, Willa. We're gonna start this next topic off with you. And I'm going to read something, and I want you to go wherever you go with it, okay?
Okay.
Galatians 6 and 7. Do not be deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever one sows, that will he also reap.
Look at the Holy Ghost.
That is for sure. Because of the fact that what he's saying is, you don't take the Lord as a joke or think he's a magician.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whatever you do in life, you're going to get it back. It's going to come back to you. People call it karma. That's what the world says. It's karma. But the Bible is saying what you reap, what you sow, you reap. That means the seeds that you plant in this life, they're going to come back to you. You think you hurt people and think that you're not going to get hurt? Well, you're sadly mistaken. You think that you could abuse people and then that's not going to come back to you? You're sadly mistaken. The Bible is true to itself. That's what it means. It means exactly what it says.
Good morning.
That what you do in this life is going to come back to you. The Bible says that vengeance is mine.
Come on, Willa. You better go with that thing, Willa. You better go with it, Willa.
What makes you think this, Raheem? That you can hurt somebody and then say, Lord, forgive me, you know, without even addressing the person that you hurt. Because first of all, you have to address the person that you hurt. To think that God is going to forgive you and you haven't even forgiven that person. There's so much to this that this 1 hour show or 3 hour show.
Yes.
I don't even have enough time to teach it. But it's just as simple as that. What seed you plant in this life, by the choices that you make in this life, is going to come back to you.
Wow, that's good.
And that's what I wanted to say.
That's what's on my heart. Come on now.
That's what's on my heart, right here.
There you go. Toussaint. Galatians 6 and 7. Do not be deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever one sows, that will he also reap. Toussaint, talk to me.
So it seems like, Raheem, we should be careful about the seeds we plant.
Come on, man. Come on. Yes, sir.
What do you want out of life? Because can I say it like this? God don't like others. He's observing. And he's the one that gives the increase. One water, one plant, but God gives it increase. What you getting back out of life? Probably what you put in it. I had a scripture. First thing that came to my mind, and I hope you can still hear me. I'm going to go to this piece. That's wasteful. You can still hear me right here?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay. Hast thou not known? Hast thou not heard that the everlasting God, the Lord, the creator of the ends of the earth, fainteth not, neither that is weary? There was no searching of his understanding. He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no mighty increase of strength. And it goes on and on and on, but it says, they that wait
Morning, Kevin. How you doing, bro?
Shall renew their strength. They shall mount up wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. What does that have to do with what you just said? I mean, everything. We think we can go ahead and just, oh, well, God ain't gonna, nah. We yelling at God, say, I see that, you see that. You know, he ain't gonna do nothing. Yes, he will. Because you plant the seed.
Yes.
Intentionally. You intentionally are planting a seed, knowing that if you plant an apple tree, you're going to get apples. You plant an orange tree, you're going to get apples. And we plant envy and strife and malice and guile and we're jealous and we're bigots. And you think that ain't going to come back to you? He's not more. You think he's sleeping? He's the creator.
Yes.
Of all of this stuff. That's not it, Raheem. I don't know, maybe I got it wrong. But the earth is the Lord. You don't own nothing.
Nothing.
You can't do nothing. Try to breathe. Get your own air. That'll work out for you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's good. That's good. K with an E. Good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. Finding you all.
Hey, doing well. Coming from Galatians 6 and 7. Do not be deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever one sows, that will he also reap. Talk to me, Kay.
It's definitely, I mean, Tucson said, like, it's just the truth. You can't, and watch your seeds you plant. And you just gotta just be thoughtful, mindful there. But he said that it's possible for even believers to have spiritual blindness. So it's possible. So that's why you have to stay prayed up. You have to read the word. You have to pray and ask him for understanding of his word, because that's his word.
Yes.
You can read it. If you didn't ask him for no understanding, then you pretty much understand it on your own, because you have to ask him for understanding of his word. We have to ask him for his grace and mercy. And when we do things and he give it to us, that's a testimony. That's a testimony.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I thank God for this. This is an awesome lesson. It takes you to a lot of places. He said he's not to be mocked. You can't mock him. How you don't mock God?
That's right.
Crazy.
That's
He's
right.
in trouble for doing that. So it just tells you. I just tell people all the time. Proverbs 14:12 says, "Show how easy it is to rationalize sin. There is a way that seems right to a man, but it ends in the way of death."
Wow. That's
so
good.
it's just a word, and it just takes you all through the Bible. So it's just the truth. So if we teach the truth, walk the truth, show the truth, it'll be the truth.
Yes. Yes. That's good. That's good. Now, Captain Linton, I heard you hooping over there for a minute, man. Galatians 6 and 7. Do not be deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever one sows, that will he also reap.
It just seems so relative.
Look at God.
Look at what you've sown. And now you wonder why you begging. This concept was put into me a long time ago. And trust me, I don't come from a place of having it all. I just don't. I'm living check to check.
Yeah.
God provides for me. I can't sit there and put my hope and trust in the devil, because he ain't never meant me no good. When I remember when black folk wouldn't take welfare. Because the same hand they give it out is the same hand that's going to take it back.
Yes.
So we have to put our trust in God. But you just, was this psalmist say, what shall I render? I have something to do. I have a responsibility. I have a responsibility to the lives that I create, the lives that I touch. Each and every person I would hope would feel the same way, but they don't. The wages of sin are death, and they always will be. So we can work our ways into these situations and then blame it on somebody else if we want to. It don't work. There's some point where your money ain't gonna be no more good. There's some point where your complaining ain't no more good. At some point, you just gonna have to repent. Try it God's way. I would have loved to have making kids, but I had to go and get that thing cut off. You understand? At some point, I had to sit down, because if I kept out there in them streets, guess what? I was gonna have that 3-letter word. What you gonna render? What are you gonna give up? What are you gonna be obedient to? We have to understand that this devil ain't gonna change his mind, but we must change ours. God's word will not be mocked. What you sow, you will reap.
Mm-hmm.
That's just high level stuff right there. That's high level.
Let's stop, Chef Leonard. Let's stop, Chef.
We'll talk about everybody else,
Mm-hmm.
but we won't talk about ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I ain't never claimed not to know better, but I can tell you what, I chose to sin a lot.
And
it wasn't working out for me, Raheem.
Mm-hmm.
It just wasn't working out for me. So I had to tighten up.
Yeah.
I had to tighten up, Raheem.
I understand.
Now, come on now.
I understand, brother.
He came and got me out of the muck and miry clay now. Come on. You think you ain't going to have to do nothing else?
Mm-hmm.
If you worked your way in that situation, you got to work your way out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Get back square with God. Get on the right path. I can tell you, believe me, y'all, the less sinning you do, the better your life will get.
And I'm gonna say it again, Leonard. You cannot live with the devil and expect Jesus to pay the rent.
Amen. That's true.
You can't. You can't.
It don't work out. I'm telling y'all, it don't work out. Your balance gonna be negative. It gonna come get it all: the house, the car, everything.
The insurances and all.
Everything. They coming to get it, baby. You best believe it, right?
Hey, Leonard, not the children, the insurances.
They take the children too. Get out here acting a fool and keep leaving them at the house. Keep leaving them at the house if you want.
Hold on. I gotta see if I get Leonard to say this word. Hold on. Leonard, say churises. Churises.
Boy, my grandparents, all the kids got a huge family, and some of them knock on the door. They strung out on them drugs and everything, and Grandpa just sit down. I don't feel like fooling with you today. Go around the back. Your mama give you a cup of soup, but go on about your business. I ain't got time for it today.
Leonard, I had to pick at you every now and then, man. It's educated as you are. I could get you to say stuff like churises. No, that ain't. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Hey, let me go to Badger. Badger, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Do not Galatians 6:7. Do not be deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever one sows, that will he also reap.
Oh, are you sure that verse even exists?
You better open up your book.
Oh, I'm being sarcastic, by the way.
I know you are. I know what you're doing, Badger. I know what you're doing. Go ahead.
It goes into the conversation we were just talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like talking about how like they're taking veteran money away in my area.
Mm-hmm.
It's going down. Yet, you know how many of the vets in my area are voting for the same people that are putting these laws in? Ooh, right? But they'll complain about it in a heartbeat. You know, we need to get more money. We need to do this and we need to do that. But let's elect these same people that's causing the problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many times I see that all the time? How many people that are in my area that aren't happy with the way things are, but yet they still vote for the exact same people, and the exact same people keep being in the same position over and over and over again? But they refuse to vote Democrat, or they refuse to vote this because they're loyal to this side or that side and all this other kind of stuff. Man, if I would have say that verse out here to remind them of that, they'd shoot me.
Good Lord. Galatians 6:7.
But
do not be deceived. God is not. God is. Go ahead.
But that's the thing. When we talk about these types of like the topic we were just talking about, evil people have existed since the beginning. People have sinned. Goes from Adam and Eve all the way down.
Adam, Eve, John, and Steve, huh?
But someone brought up petitions. I've done those.
Okay. Let's deal with our topic here.
No, I am talking about the topic. That's the thing.
Okay.
So let's say some of us do these talking about reaping what you sow, right?
Yes.
People are complaining about these issues, and I'm like, hey, we could do a petition. Let's do a bill. We can get some of these folks out that are voting for these laws to be put in. Yeah, but who's going to replace them? A Democrat? No, they can't. No, I don't want no Democrat in there. I don't want this person in there. So you're willing to accept the consequences of letting this person stay there? So like
Yeah, I'm trying to get as many people. Got about less than 20 minutes.
Oh no, it's not that. I'm just choosing to be quiet because I was about to say some foul things.
Don't say no foul things, Badger. It's only Thursday. It's only Thursday now. It's just Thursday. Cassandra Alexander Green, are you back with us? Good. Cassandra, Galatians 6 and 7, and it reads, "Do not be deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever one sows, that will he also reap." Go where you go with it, Cassandra. Talk to me.
Okay, I always try to just go, for me, talk about me. Because if I talk about something what I want to talk about, you gonna put me in the corner. But anyway, it's definitely a scripture that I found to be very real, and it's once again it comes down to choices. Anybody that thinks that they're getting away with something with God, you are sadly mistaken, because he's omniscient, omnipresent, all of the above. So whatever you sowing, you believe that he sees it and he knows it, and when it comes back to you, that's the part that people don't like. Whatever that thing is.
Yeah.
So I try to be very careful what I sow. I mean, I really try to be careful what I sow. And if you're sowing, wickedness, you're gonna get wickedness back.
Exactly.
If you're sowing, hatred, you're gonna get it back. You're gonna reap from it, And so, like I said, I'm very careful about that. Do I mess up? Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And I pay the consequences.
Exactly.
When I mess up, I pay the consequences for it. So everybody just needs to think about the choices that we make. Whatever that choice is, good or bad, just be willing to, pay the consequences. And that's what it boils down to. Am I willing to pay the consequence for whatever it is that I sow?
It's gonna be
that's my choice.
It's gonna be a boomerang effect.
Oh yeah. It really is, and I don't care how long it takes. That thing will come back to you.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. When you sow it, it will come back to you. So you didn't get away with anything. You may have thought you got away with it. I mean, it was times that I thought I got away with something. But then when it came back and slapped me in the face, I was like, that's because of that.
Yeah.
That was the result of that. That you did that, girl. That's on you right there. So it's just it behooves us to watch what we're sowing.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because it'll come back.
Exactly. Rico. Galatians 6 and 7, and it reads, "Do not be deceived, God is not mocked. For whatever one sows, that would he also reap."
When I was at church, man, I was young, I would hear Bible verses like that when and then throughout life I was equated to pretty much everything that I came across. And I started realizing the natural order in that. There's a natural order in that.
Yeah.
It even applies to math. Positive plus positive equals a greater positive. Positive plus negative will equal a lesser positive, depending on if that negative is greater.
Mm-hmm.
So I started realizing, that equates to causality, cause and effect, action and consequences, action and reward. So, throughout my life, man, I always have like positive. I looked at God and religion and all that as being very positive. I want to go to heaven. And even though I was devilish, I was still always aware of that. Worried that, man, you know what, man, I might be putting myself in a bad situation. I might get struck down by lightning. Every time I did something bad, man, I'd be scared I was going to get struck down by lightning because I was doing something negative. And I knew it was wrong. So with that natural order, if you come in peace, or if you bring peace, love, respect, if you're coming from a good place, you should expect a good result. If you're planting good seeds in a good place, you should expect a great result, a greater result. But if I come in malice, if I come with violence, if I come with envy, then I might have a bad result, a bad consequence. And I intentionally should know that because that's what I came with. So, me, I always wanted to be, you heard me say before, anything I'm a part of, I want to be an asset. I want to be beneficial.
Yeah.
I want to be something positive to make those things better. I hate to come into any situation and if I can't make it better, I end up making it worse trying to make it better. Or did I end up trying to make it worse because I'm coming from a bad place? Because my conscience will bother me later on that I still did that bad deed, that bad action. So I mean, as a representative in the union, I went into a situation and I fought to make something better. I brought positive to a negative situation. Because if I'm going to be a part of it, I want it to look good. I want it to be good.
Yeah.
And if I'm seeing wrong going on around me, I not only I can't just stand up for myself, but now I'm in a position where people want me to represent them. I got to be positive for them. I don't want to be negative. I don't want to be detrimental to your existence or to your well-being. So, I think it's very simple to understand that once again, you're going to reap what you sow. Positive begets positive. Negative begets negative.
Absolutely.
So you should always want to come in peace, love, righteousness, and respect, consideration for others. Want to be an asset, a positive asset. Because in the end, it's going to turn out good for you and whatever you are affecting, whatever you are growing, whatever you're sowing, it should turn out good.
Exactly.
Because you came from a great place or a good place, a righteous place.
That's good. That's good. Curtis, Galatians 6:7. Do not be deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever one sows, that will he also reap. Talk to me, Curtis. Frank, coming to you next.
Oftentimes people hear that scripture and they automatically jerk to the negative aspect of life. You know that, right?
Yes. Yes.
And that it's shameful
All too
because
often.
being open and honest about it, we have kind of utilized that particular scripture, that particular passage, to address a wrong issue. But read that scripture again, man. Read it again.
Galatians 6:7. Do not be deceived. God is not mocked. God is not mocked. For whatever one sows, that will he also reap.
Okay. So it's telling you what God is, which tells you that you should try and be what God is, right? Is that safe to say that?
Come on, keep going.
Right?
Yes, sir.
And then it tells you that whatever you put out, you're going to get that back. If God put out mercy, he put out grace, he put out compassion to the world. He gets that back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everybody on this phone get on their knees and they pray and they thank God for several different things. They thank God for health, for life, for liberty, for the ability to speak for themselves.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
But sometimes I think we as humans, we have to always place things in a gloom and doom because we think that people not going to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Or people not going to be able to interpret it. So we got to put it in a gloom and doom so that this person will listen. No, people listen, man. People process. Give them the opportunity. But I'm just going to say it. This is just me speaking.
Mm-hmm.
What I heard today was disappointing. Bottom line. It ain't no way. Listen, I can't sugarcoat it. I got too old. I had too many experiences in my lifetime. What I heard today was disappointing.
Mm-hmm. Explain
for
to me.
us as black men.
Yeah.
Disappointing. Hold on. Well, you can go and go to somebody else.
Okay. Frank, you there?
Absolutely.
Galatians 6 and 7, and it reads, "Do not be deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever one sows, that will he also reap." Talk to me.
You know, I love the way that this was handled, by everybody, especially Cassandra, because the one thing she did was that she put it where it belonged, on herself. She said, I look at something and then I could look back and say, I caused it. Now think about it, Raheem. We're talking about a time where currency wasn't really the thing. It was harvest. It was planting. They used the wheat and the tare because crops and cattle was basically the trade. So when we only use common sense, if you plant corn seeds, why are you expecting watermelon?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you expecting anything else to grow? It should be more shocking when you get something different.
Mm-hmm.
When I was just on hold for a minute, I was thinking about Christmas. And every time he calls in, it's the same thing. He's almost laughing when he calls.
Yes.
There's so much joy in it. And I expect that out of him. And I just believe that's the way he lives his life.
Mm-hmm.
But if you make a deposit in your bank, you expect that money to be there when you go back to get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You made a deposit.
Mm-hmm.
You did what it is that you're supposed to do. Your balance, unless you're garnished or something like that, that money should be there.
Mm-hmm.
You have an expectation. If I put nothing there, it's zero balance, I should not expect to be able to say, hey, man, give me $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
I love the way that Leonard bridged what we were talking about before to right now. It's just, and I hear Curtis, he got off and he said he's disappointed. But it's one thing to make people feel good. And that's part of
Hey, Sandra,
the challenge that we
Thank
face.
you for the share. Thank you.
We don't want to do better because that causes work.
Mm-hmm.
We just want to feel good. So you got to put the work in, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. Got to do the work.
And if you don't, there's going to be a result. Choose today what you want to do.
My thoughts.
Good deal. Well, I'm looking at the clock, and it's almost time for us to get out of here. We got a few things to do before we get out of here. But before we even do that, I want to go right back to Willow. And everybody mute your line. I hear some background noise coming from somebody's line. I don't know which one it is. But mute your lines for me. Willow!
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
So I just believe that everybody has kind of explained what the Galatians means
Mm-hmm.
and with their interpretation, which they're absolutely correct.
Mm-hmm.
We can't believe that we cannot believe that it's okay to do things to other people and think it's not going to come back.
Exactly.
The God that gave you the greatest commandments to love one another as I love you, I think there will not be any repercussions behind it. But you have those people that think that way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sad, though. That's really sad to think that it's okay for you to treat a person a certain way and think that it's not going to come back. What king world are you living in? Or queen world are you living in? I heard it from somebody, actually out their own mouth. You heard me. But what about all the people you hurt?
Mm-hmm.
What about all the people you did wrong? What makes you such a kingship that you didn't deserve to get anything back? I had to remind somebody of that because they felt as though because that person hurt them, they can't get over it. I started laughing at her because I was like, you know what? You are just a joke. Because what makes you think the world that lives around you?
Yeah.
And that's what you got to remind people sometimes of. Because why do they think that they are so above the law, that they are better than anybody? What makes them think that, right? What makes them think that?
Yeah.
Nobody but the devil. That's all. Nobody but the devil. But we're here as Christians, as the discipleship of God, to remind them, you reap what you sow. And that's what's on my heart right here.
Good deal. Good deal. Anybody got 1 minute? I'm gonna give everybody 1 minute. If you have anything else you want to say on this topic, say it right now because we're going to get out of here for today. And it's been a great broadcast. I definitely appreciate everybody. Anybody got anything?
I'm glad you brought up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot a term.
No. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I'm glad that you brought the topic up because there are people who is trying to sow the appropriate fruit. Is trying to harvest the garden. You know what I mean? And as much as we try and plow, you got people out here, man, who is dropping salt in the dirt.
Yeah.
And for us to act like it's just that simple, I'm gonna tell you what my grandma told me years ago. Don't you ever stop paying attention to what's going on in the background, baby. That came from my daddy, mama. Don't you ever stop paying attention to what's going on in the background, baby, because it means something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for us to just minutely just man, this sounds like if, and God forbid, if it was anybody on this phone or anybody that's listening, you get in your car. We just had a girl get murdered last week. Good girl. She caught a stray. So am I supposed to say, oh, well, she reaped what she sowed? If she wasn't out at the store, she wouldn't have got shot. Well, maybe she needed some baby formula. Maybe she needed some tampons. Maybe she needed some milk because her grandmama got to have milk with her breakfast because her medicine offsets her stomach. For us to just condone, and I hear folks, I'm going to land this plane right here. I hear folks say all the time, vote, vote, vote. Well, guess what? If you look at the vote tally, in the amount of votes cast, it was somewhere in between 150 million total votes cast. There's 330 million people in America. So basically, if you break those averages down, you just about had every adult in America vote. And the truth be told, there's proof that even that was rigged. So it's more than voting, man. You gotta put your feet in the ground. And when you put your feet in the ground and you actually seeing it and you having to help folks maneuver through the muck that has been created by those in power, then we can cast judgment and say, well, you know what? All them years you did them drugs, now you're paying for it.
Wow. Good deal. Good deal.
Just blanket that on everybody? No, that's not appropriate. I'm sorry, brother. That's not appropriate. Because there are people out here who are fighting not only against the rigged system, but who are having to live in a rigged system and have advocates fighting for them, and they still lose it.
Good deal. Good deal. That's true. That's true.
Hey, Raheem,
gotta
can
go.
I get my 1 minute version?
1 minute. 1 minute. Gotta go. Yeah.
My 1 minute version and my comeback to that is we veer off from that scripture. That was veered off from that scripture. But I normally don't pull the black card because, man, I'm a Christian. I love everybody. And you can say what you want to say about me. I hate racism, and I'm not just going to be somebody black and just be a racist and hate the very thing that I hate. But let me say this as a black man, because I've been black for 67 years. If we would just stop and really focus in on what is killing us, we can solve our own problems, and we don't need the white man to help us. We can help ourselves.
Good morning.
If we would just stop, begin to learn how to communicate with each other, pull our resources together, learn to trust each other. Stop letting people put things in our community that are destroying our community. We can solve our own issues, and we would not have to kneel and beg for nothing. I don't want nobody giving me anything.
Good deal. Good deal.
We can come together and demand what we have coming.
Absolutely. Got to get out of here. Got to get out of here. It's been a great broadcast. I want to thank everybody. Cassandra Alexander Green. Somebody joined this broadcast late today, 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock, even 9:30. And they say, Lord, there's some good topics they had today. I wish that there was a way that I could hear it and hear it in its entirety. Cassandra, are you able to help them out? Cassandra, you're talking into the mute button. You're talking into the mute button, Cassandra. We can't hear you. Rico, talk to me, brother.
If you missed the phase show and would like to see it, you can tune in at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on www.dklmediagroup.com.
Good deal. Good deal. Tucson, you'll get this on your way home.
The scripture talks about if my people, y'all know it, we quote it all the time, which are called by my name. Why in the world are we blaming the world for your problems and you the problem?
Wow.
Wow. You get that when on your way home. I bet that. You might miss it though.
You might just miss
That's
it.
the third one.
Yeah, that is. That is. Cassandra, are you with us? Curtis, give us a hot topic of the day.
No, right here, I'm tripping. Did you ask me to do the hot topic? I did that other stuff.
No. No, you did right. No, you did right.
Okay.
Curtis, you got a hot topic of the day, brother?
The hot topic of the day is we have moved from a MOU to
they used another fancy word,
letter of agreement with the Iranian war situation. The sad reality is I've never for wars to agree for ceasefire on the MOU. I didn't ever seen nothing like it. We're being hoodwinked, we're being run amok.
Good deal. Good deal.
But that's my hot topic for the day is how much longer. My hot topic is actually a question. How much longer are those of us who are a half a century or older going to stand by and ask our kids to continue to accept and be mistreated?
Good deal. Good deal. Gotta keep it going. Willow!
I'm done.
Willow! Now, Willow, ain't no way in this world that we can end this broadcast today without having a word of the day.
Most definitely, right. A word of the day. We've had a wonderful topic about Galatians and reaping what we sow. So all we need to do is now go to Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek his will in all. He will show you which path to take. Trust in him. And he'll help us to make better choices in this life. That's the word of today.
Good deal. Good deal. Anybody got anything real quickly they want to say? I believe somebody got.
I do.
Go ahead.
I just got this phone call from the pharmacy, and this is what we have to do. They want me to take this medicine, and my blood pressure be fine. So that lady, I take my medicine every morning when I need it. When I don't need it, I don't take it. She said, well, we need you to take it every day. I said, you ain't me. I said, and that's why my auntie is laid up in the hospital right now with her muscles weak and can't hardly walk because the doctor put her on medication. And another person said, don't take it. One doctor kept giving it to her. I told my cousin, y'all need to look into that because she can't walk. They gotta re-strengthen her muscles and her legs and stuff. I told that lady, y'all can't tell me to take something that's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
My mama did that. I said, my auntie did that. My daddy did that. I'm not taking that medicine. When I take my blood pressure in the evening, then I'll take it because that's when it's higher. After I've dealt with the world all day. Now I need it. She said, I'm sorry, I apologize. I didn't mean to upset you. You didn't. But y'all killing people. Telling them they need to take this, they need to take that. I need some Jesus. And he don't give me the right discernment on what I need to take and what not to take. And he don't have me taking that blood pressure medicine. That medicine had me dizzy, sleepy, and everything. I missed the prayer line. I missed the gospel talk show taking that medicine. I was asleep. I was like, oh, this is crazy. What's doing this to me? It wasn't the pain pill, it was the blood pressure medicine. So we need to be more mindful. Just because they're giving it to us, Google it, look it up. Don't be taking it.
Wow.
My auntie can't walk right now.
Wow. Wow. All right,
Raheem.
Yes.
Okay. Can I say something really quickly?
Go ahead. I've been calling on you, Cassandra.
Okay. Yeah, I had an emergency.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. And I just lost one of my good friends last night. So y'all please be praying. But anyway, Kay, I've been on blood pressure medication since I was 16 years old because I developed preeclampsia. I understand we trust God and we believe God. But let me tell you something. If you think that, and I'm just being straight up with you. If you think that taking it just at night or after you see that it's high is a safe thing to do, I'm not saying God, whatever God tells you to do that. But I've had a heart attack trying that.
because I didn't take it because I was like, oh, it makes me feel funny. I feel weak. I feel dizzy. I feel all those things. You have to find the medication that works best for you because they do give different side effects.
Because nobody else can
But
do
I
it.
had a heart attack at 35 because I would not take the medicine because of the way it made me feel.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying, use wisdom with that. If God says, Kay, don't take it, and that's what I said. God, if you ever tell me not to take the blood pressure medicine, I'm not going to take it.
Mm-hmm.
But if I go without my blood pressure medicine for 2-3 days, my blood pressure is through the roof. So I'm setting my own self up for a heart attack or a stroke. Now, not only if I had a heart attack, and I'm sorry, Raheen, and I'm sorry, everybody else, but Kate, not only did I have a heart attack in my 30s, I've had more than one. And all blood pressure related. So I'm just saying, you know, I love you. You're my sister, and I want you to know, yes, we trust God.
You have to see it.
And we need to use
You don't believe what you
wisdom.
don't see.
But please don't negate that blood pressure medicine. That's why it's called the silent killer.
Mm-hmm. Good deal.
That's
Good.
true.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Absolutely. Good deal. Good deal. Now it's time for the pledge. Everybody that's willing, I need you to say the pledge with me. Let's make it powerful and strong today. I will take this day.
I will take this day
and be the best that I can be.
Be the best that I can be.
the best that I can be.
Do the best that I can.
Do the best that I can.
And help as many people as I can to do the same thing.
And help as many people as I can to do the same thing.
I promise to do it with love.
I promise to do it with love,
Compassion.
Passion.
And the grace of God.
And the grace of God.
Giving him all the honor.
Giving all the honor.
All the praise.
all the praise.
And all of the glory. In the name of my Lord and Savior, Jesus the Christ.
In the name of my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Amen, amen, and amen.
Amen.
Tucson, what did you hear, brother?
The door opening.
Yeah.
Rahim.
Yes, sir.
Can I ask Kay something?
Go ahead.
Can I buy them extra blood pressure pills you got?
Lord.
No,
man, you're trying to get the lady to commit a crime.
Be what you could take.
You're trying to get this lady to commit a crime on air, man. Tucson, you trying to get the woman to go commit a crime on air, Tucson? Come on, man. You're trying to get this lady to commit. You're trying to send Kay to jail, man. What you trying to send Kay to jail?
Good thing they ain't drugs, though. But no, you can't. I can't do that one, even if he was right next door.
Mm-hmm. Lord, have mercy.
That's why church folks, I don't get along with y'all at the church. Y'all don't never want to.
You're trying to send Kay to jail.
Pressure, right? So when I take my blood
Ain't it
pressure,
better
it's
to
already
give?
low. You can't take blood pressure medicine and it's already low. It's gonna just knock you right on out.
Ain't it better to give than receive?
Mm-hmm.
You said sell.
Ain't it? You must be. You must be. You got to hear. I was waiting on him to get sound like that. You gonna ask for the fellas. You might get to it. You sure? You sure, kid? You got
me. Hey, Tucson. They say you wrong for that, man. They say you wrong for that, man. They told me to tell you wrong for that. Rico, what did you hear, brother?
Man, I'm telling you, man. That thread sounded good, man. It sounded like it was 20 people on there, man.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, I heard every person individually, even though y'all was standing together, and y'all was almost in unison too. Man, that was a good place, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Good deal. Now, what you gonna say? What are you gonna say to do something, man? He trying to send our sister to jail, man. Trying to send her to jail.
He's going for trying to buy him.
Hey, I said Tucson might be working on the cover, man. The way he did that, man. He just painted it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gonna tell me something of that?
Can I get that? Can I get that? What? Lord.
I bet you it was an 800 you'd give me one.
No, I wouldn't. I'll take them. Tucson, go build you a corner. Go build a corner.
Lord.
Don't go get in one. Go build you one.
What? Willa!
Raheem.
Let me say it again. Willa!
Raheem.
Are you ready?
I am so ready to receive God's word. Come on, Raheem. Let's go.
Well, Miss Willa Mae Brown, since you said it like that and I ain't got no reason to doubt you, I just got one thing to say to you, and that is, Willa! Let's go.
Amen. And the Lord, we honor you. Father, we praise you and lift you. Say thank you, Lord, for waking us up this morning, giving us another chance and opportunity at another day that you made. Father, we thank you so much for all the things that you do for us in our lives. Father, I'm praying for the Michael Parks family, oh Lord. Father, they lost their father. Father, but I know that you're going to strengthen that family. Strengthen their family as they go through, oh Lord. Father, I'm praying for those who ask for prayer, and I might have forgotten their name. But Father, you are our Alpha and our Omega. Father, I believe in your words and stand on your promises. Father, I thank you so much for being the Father of our lives. We need your wisdom, your guidance, and your understanding.
Yes, Lord.
Father, I'm asking you to bless each and every last one that's on this line. Touch Kay Francis, oh Lord, Father. Heal her body, oh Lord. Regulate her blood pressure, oh Lord. Father, she's depending on you and trusting you, oh Lord, because you said it by your stripes. We got peace. Not only spiritual, but we're active. Father, we're asking for financial blessing. Father, because we believe that you can do anything but them. Touch our children, Lord. Keep them safe, Lord. Father, we believe that you can do anything but them. Thank you for the morning glow. Thank you for our peace, family. Father, we honor you, glorify you. Yes, Lord. We praise you, oh Lord. Father, touch Pastor right now in his church. In Jesus' name. Amen.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. And whatever the question, please know that the answer will forever be yes, Lord. I want to thank everybody for joining us. And more than that, I want to thank you for allowing DKM Media Group and Associates and the Morning Glow for being a part of your day. It is now, what time is it? 10:20. You're about to exit the Morning Glow. But before you go, I want you to do me two favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us because we are certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number two, why this is real simple. I want you to go out there, find somebody, and give them a hug. Because you never know, it could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. Then we shine some of this light on you from the Morning Glow. Take it out there into this wicked and cruel world that we live in, and let your light so shine. If you get an opportunity, give somebody some love. You just might find some love in return. Won't that be a beautiful thing? Have a great day. Take care of each other. And please please, please be blessed. Give somebody some love and truth. They would appreciate it, and I'm sure that you will as well. Have a great day. Talk to you tomorrow morning, if God says the same. Have a great day, y'all. Be blessed.
Welcome to the stage where hearts unfold in the morning glow, stories untold. Let's paint with words a masterpiece of art, where dialogues bloom, igniting in every heart. Let's tap into the ocean of thoughts, where waves of healing gently salt. Let's paint with words a masterpiece of art, where dialogues bloom, igniting every heart. Let's dive into the ocean of thoughts, where waves of healing gently sought. Together we'll mend, stitch by stitch, in the morning glow. Let's make the switch. A symphony of voices, harmonizing the air, echoing truth, banishing despair. Let's sow seeds of unity, watch them grow in this garden of hope under the morning glow. Let's bridge the gaps, erase the line, in the tapestry of hearts let love shine. With every word, a step we take towards a brighter dawn for all our sake. Welcome to the morning glow, where dreams take flight in this realm of possibilities. Let's unite, together we stand, hand in hand, healing the nation across the land. Let's dive into the ocean of thoughts, where waves of healing gently sought. Together we'll mend, stitch by stitch, in the morning glow. Let's make the switch. Let's dive into the ocean of thoughts, where waves of healing gently sought. Together we'll mend, stitch by stitch, in the morning glow. Let's make the switch. Let's symphony of voices, harmonizing the air,